Because they looked at it, their team looked at it and said it wasn't that cut and dry.
Sure.
So I don't want this being used as
the replay.
Because if I start doing that, then every play they're going to be coming over to you. Hey, can you replay this? Can you replay this?
Yeah.
So this is, your job is to film this. And if anybody comes to you and wants to see a replay of something, that's not what we're here for.
Tell them to go to the recording.
That's not what you're here for.
Yeah.
Period.
To go. There's something
first of all,
for my own curiosity, it's the wall is from here kind of
regardless of what happened, for the plate umpire who was watching the line to talk to a guy in the 3-hole that whether it was fair or foul. What? Where he's supposed to be watching the runners tagging the bases. He's not supposed to be watching that.
Yeah.
It's everybody's got their job.
Right.
The guy in the field can't whether it was fair or foul, he should not have stuck his 2 cents in there and said, I'm overturning you because I'm in the 3-hole and I can see the line better than you.
Yeah.
How you're the guy standing on the line. He's watching it. He's got the line right between his legs. How is the guy in the field going to overturn it? This is a critical game.
Yeah.
This was a critical game. So we might have to go to Sunday next week, not Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this team, they're in Arizona. They don't get back until Saturday. I don't think, if I got Sunday open, I'm not going to make them fly back Friday and miss games in Arizona. So I'll probably move it one day to Sunday.
Let us know as soon as possible.
I am.
Change our personnel.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not available Saturday, but I am available. He's gonna be here both days.
Well, there isn't going to be both days. There's only going to be one day.
Right.
So
Right.
I gotta,
But yeah. So I have a guy booked right now, but obviously if I can do it, I'll do it.
All right.
So.
Yeah, I really don't care whether it was fair or foul. I just don't like the fact that an umpire not in position to make that call overturned the call. It's just.
So now forgive my ignorance on this. So the field umpire is normally that or it's not?
The whole thing, look, you don't even have to know what baseball is. But if you hit a ball down the line, who do you want to make the call? The guy in the field or the guy up behind home plate?
I said it's stand on the line. Yeah, that makes more sense.
And you're not even a baseball guy. So it's just common sense.
Don't get me wrong, I like baseball. I would say
But it's common sense.
Yes, yes.
He blew that call. high ratings yesterday for our game. Huh? Bits and pieces. But comments on Facebook were like, that was a hell of a game. The comments, they're like, who's commentating? I'm like, volunteer for the radio. That was great.
Were you on the team last year?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully we do it this year. But yeah, commentating this year was great. Like people coming to the league, we're like, do they do this every year? Like it's the first year they do it for all the levels. So,
I'm still trying to figure out how to do stuff with Facebook. I'm seeing comments.
yeah. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, I got people in other country watching too. So just so you guys know.
That's awesome.
If you watch on YouTube, you can see the comments. Yeah, Brennan did that. Like, he was a comment.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that was a good one. So my dad's watching at home. He didn't want to come out. I'm gonna watch it at home. They drove home.
You know, I tried to say hi.
Yeah, I left, but I got my kid. That's what I was looking for yesterday. To have my kid. I'm not ready.
Hey, you're gonna have to tell me at some point in English what was said. Because
Oh, he was just telling me to suck his cock, you fucking bitch.
not the same. We didn't hear it first of all, and I was like, I don't know what's been so weird.
Yeah, bitch, suck my cock, fuck you. Like on a fly ball, Larry, I'll watch the fly ball and then I'll turn and see if he left it. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to sit there like this. I don't know if it's fair or foul. To me, no, no, call time, right? So you got to make an initial call. And the umpire got to fair foul. You got to make a fair foul. And then you got both guys to come out. Okay, cool. I'm going to get together my umpire. Larry, did you see? I saw something like that. Not my call. I'm just giving you my glory.
While he was fine, so it's like, okay, I'm still hearing this game. I thought it was a home run.
Well, then, you know what's going on now is everybody wants to throw the red flag and they want to look at the video. And if that's the case, there's not going to be any. If they're going to use video to overturn calls, so in high school they have a rule you cannot use video. It's there, but you can't use it.
I like that.
Huh?
I like that.
Can't use it.
That sounds like a good
And
reason.
when
Don't
these
take
parents
a
come
shot.
up to me when I'm umpiring, and they, hey Blue, I'm gonna show you the video. I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna throw you out, and the call's still gonna stay the same. And then they'll walk away from me. Well,
watch it.
I don't want it. I don't want it to get to this point. Okay, because if it gets to that point,
This is not
then we're not doing it.
It's just for just to take a
Well, that's what everybody's asking. Rhinos are going, well, let's go look at the video, and everybody else is, let's look at the video.
Like I
No,
said,
no,
I
no,
have
no,
videos
no.
all
That's
the
not what
time.
we're here for.
I get videos all the time. Let's watch the video. I'll watch it, but then you're gone.
We should I will say this.
I get that on, you know, when somebody videotapes, you know, stuff like that. I shouldn't even be using that.
Unless they also have a Justin Torres, but I don't think so. I think he's on that side.
Yeah, let's sit on that side. He'll be on that side. Thank you, sir. Can you help me out? He's going to give me a lineup. Can you bring it up there? Huh? Can you get the lineup for them too? I'll put all the baseball and I'll pull it to you. Can you do that?
Actually,
I got to turn off the music. So.
Ted, do you have Game Changer? No, he's going on. Gotta stop the music. Scoreboard and music.
We're just about to get started here with Game 2 of the AAA series between the Wildcats and Elite. Wildcats took Game 1, a close one. Elite looking to be the third team today to force a Game 3. Should be starting in just a minute here. Have a new set of a broadcast team for you as your previous two games announcers. Mickey Martin's getting set to lead off the game here, batting for the Wildcats. Eric Page will be joining us. He was the Devils manager from the last game. We appreciate the hustle from Eric over to the broadcast booth here. So, we're just about to start here, getting ready for the first pitch. Mickey's digging in. Starting pitcher today will be Angel Sanchez for the Elite. Angel is 4-0 with a 1.97 ERA. 31 strikeouts in 32 innings. A solid pitcher on the bump here. Should be a great game.
And welcome back here. Eric Page back in the booth here with Tony Arbogast. First pitch coming from Angel Sanchez to Mickey Martin, the shortstop for the Wildcats. Strike one right on the corner to open it up.
Yeah, good fastball there from Angel to start the game. Mickey doing what a leadoff hitter should and taking the first pitch.
All inside. Wayne Williams, your umpire behind the plate. Carl Lucas, the umpire in the field today. Wildcats managed by Mike Russell. The Elite managed by Henry Perez. The pitch from Sanchez down and away. Vic Perez, the third, with a nice stop.
Yeah, hard slider there down and away. Really good 0-2 pitch, but interesting pitch in that situation.
Sanchez comes set, takes the sign from Perez. Martin ready. Inside, fastball, a pop-up. The shortstop under it makes the play. Let's see who's at short today. That might be Dave Kordick, who finished the game yesterday at short.
It is Dave Kordick, number 5 for the Elite.
So we got in the infield over at third base, John Boydonis. The shortstop is Dave Kordick, as we mentioned. Second base, Eric Ruiz. First base, Vic Perez Jr., the father of the catcher, Vic the third. I know Austin Kordick's in center. Julian Gutierrez looks to be in left. First pitch to Carl Lundholm. Perez fields it, throws to Sanchez. PFP's in action right there. And it looks like Coco Coconato's in right field, if I can see that far. Nope, it's not him. It's Sam Libby again. Lundholm grounds out on a 3-1 put out, and here comes Mike Kuda. Carl Lundholm was at a wedding last night for Jeremy Spears, a former MSL player, good friend of all of us. Congratulations on the wedding, Jeremy. Wishing you and your new bride the best, and your new baby coming soon. Love you, miss you. See you soon. First pitch to Kuda, curveball away.
Kuda's got a ton of power, 4 homers on the year, and over his career has hit a lot of home runs. Known as just a great hitter here at the AAA level.
Yeah, you're really, he's had his issues with anger management in the past, but he's really calmed down over the last few years. And ball 2 outside. Kuda actually ran this squad for most of the year along with Dave Sims as Mike Russell got married. Went on his honeymoon, started a new practice about a year ago, a little over. So he had a lot going on, and Kuda and Sims really took it the bull by the horns to get the wild
sign. That's got to be a 370-foot shot. That was an absolute missile.
That was a bomb by Kuda. Solo shot gives the Wildcats a 1-0 lead in the game, as they have the same 1-0 lead in the series, trying to finish it off tonight. Tony, appreciate you coming out today, helping out, and hope you're having a blast doing this. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if you've had the opportunity before, not with us, I know that, but it's greatly appreciated, and I'm glad to have you, man.
No, this is one of the most fun days I've had on this field. It's been a long time since we played in a championship here, so it's good. Just a great atmosphere, and appreciate being here, and love that the video is with us this year, thanks to
ReelTime Media
Productions.
Julio Medina grounded out to short on that last pitch by Sanchez, which ends the top of the first. We'll be back to discuss more after a moment here in Schaumburg. Wintrust Field, home of the Boomers, home of the MSL. Here we are back for the bottom of inning number 1. Schaumburg Stadium, Wintrust Field, home of the Boomers, home of the MSL. Wildcats take the field here in the bottom of the first, where the Elite will lead it off with Austin Kordick, the center fielder. Today's pitcher, Carl Lundholm. Tell us about Carl there, Tony.
Carl, 7-1 on the year. He's a former Cy Young winner, just a great arm. ERA in the low threes, 54 innings, so the most experienced pitcher on this Wildcats team, and just a great big game arm. It's the kind of guy you want on the mound when you're up 1-0 and want to close the series out. Absolutely.
And the first pitch by Lundholm right down the middle for a strike. And we're off here in the bottom of the first. Once again, I want to thank all the volunteers who have helped us out, ball low, over the weekend, and everything that has Larry's done, and the teams that have played in these series. Kordick lines one down the right field line. That is a foul ball called by Carl Lucas. The rule on that for the umpires is the home plate umpire has the fair foul call up to the base. Anything past the base, when an umpire is in the A position, it is his responsibility to call fair or foul if he's able to, in a situation where he's not running towards another position. That was the right call. It was a close play, but a right call.
Yeah, Carl's had a couple tough ones in the field. Game 2, we had that close call on was it a homer, was it not, in a big situation, but I think ultimately the umpires got together, got it right.
Strike 3 by Lundholm to Kordick. Rings him up. First out of the inning as the Wildcats looking to take Game 2 and win the series. And that brings up number 88. It's one of the Torres. I believe it's Justin Torres, and I'm right. Apparently I have a 24-hour memory, which is fantastic. He hits a fly ball to deep left center field. Derek Taylor moving back on it. Off the bottom of the wall. Torres rounding second, going for third. Throw in there is going to be late, but Torres decides better of it and holds it second. Smart base running decision on Torres there.
Yeah, absolutely great play by the left fielder there. That ball took a crazy carom back toward center field once it got over Taylor's head. The left fielder hustling the whole way was able to get it in quickly to the shortstop Martin and hold him at a double. I thought that was a sure triple when it hit the wall.
And that's an important thing. I tell my guys before just about every game, everybody's moving on every play. And Darius Lugo out there and left, his hustle took a base away from Justin Torres as Vic Perez III comes in and fouls off the first pitch from Lundholm. Setting up the defense here for the Wildcats, same as yesterday, almost exactly. 3 changes. The pitcher's Lundholm, the catcher Mike Erickson, and over at first base is the alphabet Michelangelo Consiglio. The outfield, Darius Lugo in left, Baby Gap Taylor in center, and Mike Kuda over in right. The pitch, high, flying on the right field line. Kuda coming for it. Makes a nice catch. Torres tags. The throw is going to be late. But Rodriguez cuts it down. So 2 down, runner on third. Finishing up that defense, Benji Rodriguez over at third base. The shortstop, Mickey Martin. Second base, Isaac Martinez. And as mentioned, Michelangelo Consiglio over at first.
Yeah, the wind still hasn't really died down here, and it's going to make fly balls like that an adventure in the outfield. Still blowing out pretty hard to right center, but it's swirling. So anything up in the air is going to be an adventure, just like it was in the prior 2 games. Although with the quality of defenders we have in this game, I don't know that we'll quite get to the 44 runs of Game 1 of the day.
Yeah. That was an insane baseball game this morning. The Twins score 11 in the first, and the Cobras never gave that up. High fly, that's going to be out of play from Eric Ruiz. Oh, wait a minute, it comes back in.
Wow.
Benji Rodriguez, Superman over there, makes a nice play, judging the win perfectly. And they come up scoreless in the first. 1-0 Wildcats after 1 here at Wintrust Field. Well, we're going to stay online here for the break here, and between the top or bottom of the first and top of the second, as we're trying to make some sense of what's happened all day today. We were just talking about the Cobras and the Twins. Crazy baseball game this morning, Tone.
Yeah, I showed up and saw the score and thought I had seen the NFL scoreboard a little early today.
Yeah.
But it's a big ballpark, a lot of balls that might be outs at a rec park are going to drop for hits here. You're going to have balls carry them off of outfield walls like the inside the park homer we saw in Game 2, and it's just it's a different kind of a field than we're used to playing on. Even though it's a natural dirt field, it's going to play a lot more like the heritage turf fields than it will some of the regular grass fields that we play on.
Yeah, Tone, this is a very well-manicured field by Mike, who is an incredible dude and helps us out a lot. Great partnership with him and the Boomers. So they take care of it and manicure it really well. Plus, this is a Major League dimensions. They have exact same dimensions as Wrigley Field, which is really cool in one regard. It's like you're almost playing in a Major League facility, even though it's a independent league ball field. And we're back for action as Angel Sanchez will come up with Benji Rodriguez at the 15, his familiar number 15, and takes the first pitch outside for ball one.
Yeah, Sanchez, Rodriguez here, 458 hitter, 3 doubles, a triple. Quality at bat here. He's capable of putting the ball in play. Disagrees with that call, but it looks like it might have got the bottom of the zone there.
Yeah, Wayne Williams, one of the veteran officials of our league. He is one of the best umpires we have. And these are two very good teams playing for this championship. High and in, 3-1.
And you got a lot of power on deck with Derek Taylor, and you definitely don't want to start off with the leadoff walk with him coming up. He homered in last night's game, and 3 on the year. Just a very, very good hitter.
And a very big boy besides the fact. Ball 4, same spot as the other pitches, just off the edge.
Yeah, Sanchez, he wanted that one, disagrees with the umpire, but Wayne lets him know it's just a little out.
And speaking of Derek Taylor a second ago, here he comes. He also wears number 15. They have 2 15s on this team. There's a little more flexibility when it comes to jersey numbers and whatnot when you're playing an amateur men's baseball. Derek Taylor was done baby gap by Sam Canizero last night as he fouls that one off. It's funny because after the game, I saw Derek as he was leaving the stadium and as we were trying to close up down here, and I said, "Hey, man, you got a new nickname, buddy." And he's like, "Well, what's that?" And I'm like, "I didn't come up with it. It was Sam, so don't kill me." I go, "You're now known as Baby Gap." And he just started cracking up. He knows. He's wearing that shirt. It's like a size child small on that big-ass body.
I will say the good news is Sam running his own insurance agency probably has some pretty good life insurance. So if Derek does kill him for the nickname, at least his family will be taken care of.
That's very true. Very true. So I believe the count 1-1 now here to Taylor, and there's a line drive. Kordick diving play, fires to first. Perez digs it out. Double play. Really good play by Kordick, both on the catch and the throw to get it near Perez, and a good pick in the dirt.
Yeah, it's a tough play for the runner on first, Rodriguez, because if he doesn't go on that's going to be a one-hop pick, and he's probably going to be forced at second, but probably just got a little too far off the base there. And a great stop by the shortstop to double him off at first.
And now with 2 outs in the inning, Dave Arnold coming up. Arnold DHing today, started at first and finished at first yesterday. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Arnie's another one of those guys you can call a professional hitter. The guy is a beast. Strike 2 on the corner. Big Jason Rivero waiting in the wings on deck as Arnold pops that into center field. Kordick fighting the sun under it, makes the play. We're through 1.5 here in Schauberg. 1-0 Wildcats. Be back in a minute. Here we are for the bottom of the second. Julian Gutierrez is going to lead it off here for the Elite. Mentioned it yesterday, but I'll mention it again in the charity game. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't do a little Jeremy Schneider here. We miss him this weekend because he's playing in a golf tournament as Lundholm delivers a strike. Swung so hard his elbow guard flopped off. Jeremy would say, nothing for nothing. All these guys can hit the ball 400 feet. Looking forward to seeing Jeremy back in the booth next weekend. And there's a very high fly ball. Kuda moving back on it. It's drifting, and he makes the catch. But you cannot take this win for granted. You saw that in the last game and the first game of the day. The balls get up there. There was 2 or 3 foul balls that may have been catchable without wind, but just had Jimmy McDonald over at first base a little bewildered because he was right under where the ball was supposed to be, and the wind just took it away from him. He was in the right spot. So crazy winds here. First pitch strike to Tino Torres.
Yeah, that last ball hit off the bat, looked like it'd be a pretty routine fly ball, and pushed Kuda back almost to the wall. Probably carried it a good 15, 20 feet.
Absolutely, and Torres just hit a high, deep foul ball down the berm for strike 1. That's what I said, strike 2. That's exactly what I said. I got Chris keeping me on my toes here.
Good breaking ball there. Great 0-2 pitch. Lundholm also sporting the high bumblebee socks today. Don't know that it would distract me too much as a hitter, but definitely you got to have some confidence to wear those.
Ball high and in, and I'll say it's distracting me right now.
Once you see them, you can't unsee them.
That's right. That image is implanted in my brain. Hanging curveball in the center. That's going to fall in front of Taylor for a base hit. And bring up today's third baseman, started at short yesterday, John Boydonis. Boydonis was an integral part of last year's championship squad for the Elite. So a run around first, 1 away here in the second for the Elite. Lundholm comes set. Strike down the middle, nice 2-seam fastball. Boydonis just missed it.
Yeah, Boydonis with the 263 average this year. Not a ton of at-bats, so I'd probably miss some time, but a big bat to have back in the lineup for the playoff run for the Elite here.
Low and away on that one. The count now 1-1. Ooh, in the arm. That one got away from Lundholm. He knows that he's upset with himself right there. He puts his head down like, So first and second now with one out. Still one pitch away as Antonio Solis coming to the plate. Solis played third base yesterday, had a rough go of it, but he's here and ready to go today at the dish.
Yeah, when you're facing a pitcher like Lundholm, you got to take advantage of your opportunities when they come along. So first and second, one out. It's a big spot here to push one across.
High and away, ball one. You know, Lundholm and Mickey Martin and Benji Rodriguez, they played together for a long time in a lot of different teams. They utilize a lot of special tactics. They have each other's cues and signs down pat, and they're able to do a lot of things that the lay player, not lay person, but the lay player wouldn't be planning or seeing. And that's one of the things that makes them so good.
It's amazing when, because we've got a lot of that similar camaraderie on the Black Sox of guys that have played together a long time, and when you have that kind of split-second timing, it just lets plays that might be just missed get made, a lot of pickoff plays and daylight-type plays behind second base.
Inside 2-1 the count. Solis thought about pulling the trigger on that one, but thankfully did not. Lundholm comes set, looks at the runners. There's a drive. That might be a 3-1 game for the Elite, but Kuda under it makes the play. Solis hit that ball really hard and deep. Had he gotten it up into the jet stream a little bit, maybe it could have gone out of here. But it looks like the flag's now looking out Tone in center field. They're moving more towards going out to left while that ball was in play, and now they're kind of bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, they did a great job by Kuda there, too, to read the ball off the bat and not the sound, because the sound made it really seem like that was going to be deep. But again, the 353 dimensions, during the season, that might have been a 3-run homer, but here for the championship game, it's just a deep out.
And Justin Coconato, Coco, coming up. Longest member of the Elite that is still with that team. Him and the first base coach, Joe Esparza, over there have been with the team since its inception, I believe. As he takes a ball, 1-1 the count to Coco. He was an integral part. He was big time last year in that championship series. He pitched and won, and he pretty much did it all. High fly short right field this time. Kuda will make the play and record all 3 outs of the inning. We are through 2 at Schaumburg Wintrust Field. 1-0 Wildcats. Be back in just a moment after a message from Midwest Suburban League.
Jason Rivero stepping up, and you want to talk about what it takes to get into a championship game as consistently as the Wildcats do in AAA. You have a bat this good towards the bottom of your lineup. Rivero, big power, big, great hitting first baseman, hit over 400 on the year, a lot of gap power. He's got the ability to take one out, as pretty much anybody in this game does. Just a big, strong hitter who's been around this league for a long time. He looks at a ball just out. Sanchez disagrees, takes the count to 1-1.
Yeah, Rivero is an absolute beast. I remember he came into the league playing for the River Bandits long time ago. Couldn't even put a number on the years. High and away, ball 2. He's come a long way. He's built his strength up, and he's become an excellent hitter. Again, I mentioned yesterday, just don't watch him throw. Just don't watch it.
He brings it back. There's a chopper up the middle, past the shortstop for a base hit. Thought he might have had a play there, but just hit a little bit too hard and pushes it right up the gut there. And that brings up the bottom of the order, Darius Lugo.
Actually, no, it's Pete Sakalias.
Oh, Pete Sakalias, okay.
And Sam and I talked about this yesterday, how Pete used to be their 4-hitter. He's batting 9th. That shows you how good this lineup is.
Yeah, Peter's got 15 RBIs on the year. Yeah.
Rivero takes the lead. Sanchez the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Pete, another incredibly patient hitter at the plate.
Yeah, Sanchez doesn't seem too worried about Rivero at first base. He didn't steal a base so far this year.
Hell of an effort by Sanchez, sliding through the baseline. Vic Perez Jr., Vic Perez the father, I should say, went after that ball again. It was almost deja vu all over again from the foul balls last night. For those that actually saw him. So we're 0-2 here to Sakalias. Low and away ball. It was funny last night as the Wildcats were celebrating their victory. I saw Pete with his wife and his two little girls, and I'm just like, "Hey man, you grew up, didn't you?" And it's just a different time of life for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
that was a good pitch. I think it was a little bit upstairs, but hard to tell. Froze the heck out of Pete, and you saw Wayne Williams freeze on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Wayne tells Sanchez that the ball just came around the plate there. Great breaking ball. Tough pitch to lay off with 2 strikes as well.
And Sakalias fouls it off towards the first base dugout. That's what we call an ugly finder, especially with that kid. I can't pick one specific one out. I like making fun of the guys, but I'll say Julio. It almost hit Julio. Ugly finder.
Pete not happy with himself chasing that ball out of the zone there, but with 2 strikes, not a bad approach to foul off anything close till he gets his pitch.
Hard grounder, that's going to go through. We're going to have runners at first and second here with nobody out, and Darius Lugo coming to the plate. Talked about it last night. John Hamm, the manager of the 25 Devils, a few years back, we were playing against Lugo and his White Sox, and I had pitched the day before, and John said, "Can you go?" I said, "Yeah, I can give you 1 or 2." Lugo leads off the game with a bunt base hit, and I throw a no-hitter the rest of the way. Insanity. Yes, I like to toot my own horn, but that's only because I'm old now and I suck.
It's a good segue, though, because I'm wondering here if we'll see Lugo put a bunt down with nobody out to move the runners over, coming back to the top of the order, so it seemed like kind of a smart situation to do it. He does square, but ball misses outside.
He's not the best color man in the business for nothing, because that's kind of what I was getting at with the bunt. Thinking that he may lay something down here and move the runners over, especially with the top of the order coming up.
See, knowing the Double-A team's a little better than Triple-A, you kind of watch a couple innings to get a feel for it. If this was the Rhinos, I would be very confident he would be bunting no matter what.
And likely the Devils, too. Bunts that ball foul. A lot of similarities between those teams, and having been in AAA for 2018, 19, and 20, I've seen these teams so many times, and even before that, and I've played with and against so many of these guys in over the years. it's good to see them out there and have some knowledge of what they can do. It's makes this broadcast a little more palatable from our amateur mouths out to you guys watching at home and afar. I understand there's people in all over the world watching us. I was told there's people in other countries watching us live. I want to thank you for that, and we appreciate the fact that you love your families and you love your friends and whatnot, and they're out here doing something they love, playing the game of baseball, and you're supporting them out all over the place.
Yeah, we're a little bit of delay here. Third base has come a little bit loose. They want to make sure that that it's put in safely, so they're trying to scoop a little bit of dirt out from under so we can get that base a little bit more secure.
Keep the jokes alone. I don't want to offend you guys.
But
Best amateur team in Chicagoland.
I would agree. You know, we talked about this in the AA game, but you know, for these guys, everybody's going to get up and go to their real jobs tomorrow morning. But guys playing for a championship in this league, they play it like it's the World Series. It's going to they're going to hustle, they're going to dive, they're going to give everything their body has. We saw a guy score from second base on an infield ball. Ended up being a huge play in that game. You know, the hustle and the heart here is second to none.
Yeah, and what you just said, Tony, honestly, it was a great hustle play, and I'd like to take the pride in it and whatnot. I had forgotten about it. It's been, it's a long couple of days doing all these games, and that's something I should really jot down in my notebook too. I can commend my player for that. I mentioned the fact that the MSL, our teams are families and what have you, but overall, the MSL as a whole is a big family. Teams travel to Arizona as a conglomeration of others. I know the Rhinos are taking a team down there as Lugo squares the bunt and then swings away on a slash play. Rhinos are taking the team down to Arizona, as are the Cyclones, as are the Devils. And, the Rhinos and Cyclones, they join up with a bunch of guys from the Black Sox and some other teams. So there is that camaraderie amongst the teams when you have good players that are good people, which is the case with these teams I'm talking about. It makes it a lot more fun to do. As Lugo pops it up, that's going to be in the stands behind us. Looking for it to come back, but it doesn't. So Jake Mills puts his finger out his nose, says he's not getting it. I guess Tony's going to have to go get it. He's the only one that didn't do it. I jest.
I was looking around because my play on that all year has been to send my kids, but I did not bring them with today. So they
are good for something.
Yeah, professional foul ball retrievers.
Foul ball on the hook off the screen.
Yeah, Lugo really fighting this at bat, not giving in. He's down 1-2, but he's seen a lot of pitches so far. Giving his leadoff man Martin a workout, chasing all these foul balls.
Mickey's got a lot of energy, and it's all good. Another foul ball. I guess Mickey's going home now because he said, another foul ball, I'm going. Count stands at 1-2 here to Darius Lugo. We'll have a special guest next inning, another manager in the MSL. We'll wait for him to come over before we announce who it is. Lugo goes. That's strike 3, first out of the inning.
Yeah, good hard breaking ball there by Sanchez. Started it on the plate, ran it way off at the end. Lugo just couldn't extend out to foul that one off.
I'm going to have to say that breaking ball by Sanchez was dirty.
I like the play there, Eric, very much. Martin's 0 for 1. He steps in. Good leadoff hitter here, and we'll see if he can now pick his bottom of the order hitter Lugo up and drive that run in.
Ball low and away to Martin on the first offering.
Yeah, Sanchez just missing with the breaking ball outside. Wanted that pitch. Looks like it just broke off the plate at the end there.
Tonight's Wildcat starter, Carl Lundholm, waiting on deck as Sanchez delivers a high fastball for ball 2. So a 2-0 count with one out here. Runners on first and second. Top of the third inning here at Wintrust Field, home of the Boomers. Runners take off. Rivero steals third.
Wow.
That's a great read by Jason Rivero. He must have seen something with either the signs or the setup, because Rivero normally not necessarily fleet of foot. It's not, he's got some injuries with the knees and the back, but had a great jump on that and really took the base that was offered to him.
Yeah, it was a great read. We'd said earlier when he got on first base that he had not stolen a base all year, and Sanchez didn't seem concerned, and Sanchez just seemed to fall asleep with the runners out there a little bit.
And 2-2 the count now. I think Mickey thought that Pete was going to steal second on that to try to get runners in second and third, and he took it all day. So it's 2-2 the count, one away, first and third. Sanchez delivers, high and in. Well, apparently it was 3-1 and not 2-2, so that's why Mickey took that pitch, because it was a 3-0 pitch. Makes a little more sense, and now you got the bases juiced. You got tires on the car, you coats on the hanger, burgers on the grill, ducks on the pond, whatever you want to call it. We'll use all those references because I want to.
And you're at a spot in the lineup now where you're running into the Wildcats that really can put this ball out, even on a non-windy day. We may see this one-run game turn into a 5-run game pretty quick here.
Lundholm, a grounder to second. Ruiz up with it, flips to second for one. Lundholm beats the throw to first, and Rivero scores. So there's now 2 outs in the inning, and another run comes in. Runners at the corners, and Mike Kuda, who homered last time up, coming to the plate.
Yeah, ball seemed to just stick in the second baseman's glove a little bit, had a hard time getting it out. And Carl's a fast runner, so if you can't get it out clean, the likelihood of doubling him up is not going to be there. Still a great job by Sanchez to change speeds there, though, and induce the ground ball. Kuda hit one to the Wisconsin Dells last at bat, so see how they pitch him here.
Ball blown away. Well, it's no picnic after Kuda. You got Medina sitting on deck. Medina, the game 1 starter and winner last night. Lundholm takes off, a fake to second. He gets himself dirty. So second and third, 2 down for Kuda.
Yeah, good pump fake there by the catcher. Runner on third. Pete did not bite. Some teams, they'll throw that through, try to get the third out at second base, but now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Kuda.
Now, even though you got big hitters coming up behind him, there is a base open, so you don't have to really give in here.
Yeah, this is where the lineup depth of the Wildcats just really comes in nice. A lot of times you would say, okay, he's hit that home run, just put him on, load the bases, go to the next guy, but don't want to really do that with the bats behind him here either.
Sanchez taking the sign from Torres. He's giving touch signals instead of hand signals as a ball low and away. Yeah. Oftentimes at dusk or even later at night, it's tough for the pitchers to see the signs from the catcher due to the shadows created by the umpire's footing behind the catcher.
Oh, this will be a tough play. Some English on that ball. It takes it fair past the third baseman, and 2 runs are going to score. Not the way you would think that was drawn up. Thought when the third baseman sat back to not run into the runner, it might have been a tough play just to get the out at first, but the spin on that ball took it right past him, and nothing he could really do there.
Yeah, Kuda was so far ahead of that ball, he just top spinned it into the ground. And that hop just, boy, it's coming right into Boydonis' glove. What are you going to do?
Yep.
Can't fault him for that. It was a field play. And 2-run score. It's now 4-0, and Medina takes ball 1 inside. Kuda, the runner on first, the only runner at this point in the inning after the 3 came in. Sanchez comes set the pitch, low and away.
Good work there by the catcher Perez to keep that ball from getting past him. Sanchez just yanked that ball a little bit, but he saves a wild pitch there.
Coaching the bases for the Wildcats, Mike Russell, the manager over at third, Nick Averwater over at first. The pitch from Sanchez, right down the middle. Medina swings out of his shoes. No, literally, his shoes are sitting there. No, wait a minute, this isn't a podcast. You can see. Technology, baby. So 0-2 the count now, 2-1 the count. I don't know what's going on.
Nice
Dave
pick by the
Kornick, yeah.
shortstop there.
Well, next time he opens his eyes, he'll wonder what happened on that play.
Yeah, that's why you got to go get your hop, though. Otherwise, if he would have sat back on that, that's an even tougher play, and he probably doesn't get that runner.
So 2.5 in the books, 4-0. The Wildcats leading and on their way, looking towards a championship here in 2021. Be back in a minute.
So Lundholm, he digs in to start off the inning on the mound with a 4-run lead now. We're up to Vic Perez here, the first baseman for the Elite. Give me a second here. We'll pull up Perez's season. He's hitting 204, but he's got some power, a couple homers. So now he's looking to hit something hard and start taking some of the momentum back from the Wildcats here. It'd be a big inning for the Elite. One thing, even if they don't push any runs across, they can't go 1-2-3. They've got to put some pressure on the Wildcats here and give their defense a little bit of a breather. Lundholm buries one down, but it's not chased. Count goes to 2-1. Lundholm gets a sign, works towards the plate. Down again. On deck for the Elite is number 21, Austin Kordick, center fielder. And Perez walks on a close fastball. It's exactly the type of a bat they needed to start the inning off here, turning it back over to the speedy Kordick. Kordick, a .415 hitter on the season. He's got 5 stolen bases, a couple triples, 4 doubles. Really type of leadoff hitter you like to see on a team Gets on base 51% of the time. Hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Second base is up with it, turns. They're only going to get the force, though, as Martin eats it, but able to get the lead runner, but just way too much speed moving down that line there by Kordick. Now we got Justin Torres coming up. Torres, another big bat here, and we'll see if Kordick puts himself in motion here. Gets the signs over from Henry. Close play at first. Good move by Carl, but Kordick back in. Wind seems to be pushing a little bit more strongly to left field than it was right earlier. Oh, Bane play at first. Kordick back in, though. So if we have any kids watching today, that's if you're a leadoff hitter, speed's your game. That's what you want to see. You want to get a lead at first, good enough that you can dive back in. If you're going back in standing up, you should get an extra step or two, because that'll make a lot of difference trying to steal the base over at second base. Carl starts him off with strike one, looks back in. Runner stays, hits the outside corner with the fastball, get him 0-2. Lundholm getting in a rhythm now, working quickly, gets his sign. Who misses either just out or just down. Pretty close pitch. Wayne indicates it was down, but a great 0-2 pitch. Could have went either way. 1-2, good pitch to possibly think about going here. Ball misses just out. Getting yourself into a breaking ball count. Good idea to steal a base at that point. You might get a ball that's in the dirt. A little bit harder play for the catcher here. 2-2 now. Lundholm digs, gets a sign. High fastball, popped into center. Taylor's under it for the second out. Makes that play look easy. He just glides out there in center field. Catcher's taking his shin guards off now. Coming up to bat. Vic Perez, the 30s, 395 hitter on the year. 5 doubles. We'll see if he can find a gap here with 2 outs to help the Elite push their first run across. This will be a big out for Lundholm. Yep, good move over there by Carl to first base. Keeps him close. Carl checks him, digs. The ground ball to Martin. Backhands, but unable to come up with it. Keeps it on the infield to keep the runner at second, but that would have been a tough play to come across his body and throw him out at first. Got number 9, Eric Ruiz, coming up. He's a 548 hitter on the year. A guy with a lot of power. Lundholm's got to be careful here. Just keep that ball moving. Don't let him barrel it up. Because Ruiz can make this a 4-3 game pretty quickly here. The Elite dugout showing some signs of life for the first time in a little bit. Lundholm digs and pitches. Ground ball over. Just past the diving Rivero. That's going to score the first run of the game for the Elite. The ball kicked around a little bit in the outfield. They're going to try to get him to home. That's going to score 2 runs. Is a little miscommunication between second base and right field. They could not get that ball in quickly. Not quite sure what happened there, but that's going to make it a 4-2 game. Yeah, Martin coming in, settle Carl down a little bit. That's a tough play. With 2 outs, you're a pitcher. You really look for your defense to pick you up on a play like that. You're hoping they might be able to get the first out at home, let alone letting the second run score. See later in the game if that comes back to be a big run or not. But now, I'm sure Carl's been in this situation before, so he knows now just take a breath, reset, and try to get the next hitter here stepping in. And that would be number 7 for the Elite, Julian Gutierrez. 320 hitter. Another guy with some power. Fastball down, snap throw to first by the catcher, but he's back in. Yeah, running at first base now for is Justin Torres being the last out. Midwest Suburban League rules allow for courtesy runners for pitchers and catchers, as well as a couple non-runners throughout the game. So managers will use those pretty strategically to substitute a slower runner out during the game for a quicker runner. So there's some good speed now on first base with 2 outs. Lundholm is just down to run the count to 2-0. Lundholm flies open a little bit there, leaves it up. Count goes to 3-0. Be surprised if he's swinging here, but you never know. And Lundholm misses down and walks him. That'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs for number 3 for the Elite coming up. That's Tino Torres. He's also a 320 hitter. Only 1 double on the year, so more of a singles hitter, but he has a good stick, and a single can make it a 4-3 game here. And on deck, you got the veteran John Boydanis. Lundholm just misses down with a pitch to go 1-0. The 1-0 pitch here. Lundholm settles in. There we go. Runs a cutter in on his hands for the strike to make it 1-1. It's a really good pitch here. Not having that straight fastball on a 1-0 where you could barrel it up. That was a pitcher's pitch. Hard breaking ball down. Skips into the catcher. He hustles back to keep the runners at second and third. Now the tying runs on second for a good contact hitter here.
Yeah, Tino Torres based it last time up, if I recall correctly. And he's got 2 runners on in a 4-2 ball game here. That's one thing no team's going to give up. 4 runs is nothing. As we talked about that first game today, 44 runs scored. Then another 12 runs in the second game of the day, 7-5 game. Tino crushes one right at Benji Rodriguez into that Golden Glove. His palm's got to be feeling that one, but we're out of the inning. So it's a 4-2 ball game here in Schaumburg, Wintrust Field, home of the Boomers and the Midwest Suburban League. We'll be back with a special guest coming up in the top of the 4th. All right, we're back here for the top of the 4th inning. Angel Sanchez still on the mound for the Elite, and Benji Rodriguez is going to lead it off for the Wildcats. First pitch way outside for a ball, and we want to welcome in Eric, a.k.a. Richie Bermudez, the manager of the CPD Knights. They came into the MSL, came back this year for the first year in the MSL. And they've been around for, what, 3 years? 2 years now? 3 years now?
It's their second year. Yeah.
Second year. Team made up primarily of Chicago police and surrounding suburbs and some Chicago firefighters as well. Richie, you came in and you guys were fantastic in the regular season. Finished, what, 17-5, I believe? 18-4, something
18-4, yeah.
18-4. Yeah, we got the opportunity to play you guys in the last week of the regular season, and just a fantastic team. Hit a snafu with that Rhinos team that you guys have all seen the last 2 days.
Man. Those are our nemesis. Every time we play them, man, it's always a tough game. I told our guys, too, before the series, I was like, it's not going to be an easy game or an easy series, and sure enough.
And your tips after that game told me that they just didn't make mistakes, and that's the same things the last couple days. Today they did make one mistake as he calls a strike that looked low and away. I want to talk to you about baseball, but I also want to talk to you about, I've known you since you were like 20 years old, and you came into the league. I was already a veteran.
Yeah, I think 17, 18 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing you and your brother grow up and the family. It's really cool as a ball up high. Not only do you guys play baseball, but you do a lot of charity for the police department and those that have fallen in line of duty and whatnot. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, a lot of what we do off the field involves serving underprivileged kids, underprivileged communities, just offering free baseball camps, taking some of the kids out, video game events, just getting them out of the area that they're normally, living in, residing in. And then what we do is every year we have an annual charity baseball game against the state police where we raise money for our Chicago Police Memorial, as well as our Brotherhood for the Fallen, both organizations that represent or honor any fallen member or injured member in the line of duty.
That's incredible, and to take care of the people that you are, your coworkers, and they're the people that protect us. And I want to thank you personally and thank your teammates for everything you do. As Taylor crushes one to center,
that's trouble.
Bat flips it watches it go. That thing was absolutely tattooed over the Texas sign in center field. Wow.
He knew that was gone off the bat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was a rocket. It's amazing because if Taylor's not playing baseball, he's lifting.
Baby gap with a crush.
Oh, wow.
So, sorry for the interruption, obviously, but go ahead, Richie, as you were saying.
Looks like they got that momentum back, yeah.
Yeah,
Wildcats,
for sure.
Yeah. No, but the MSL's been great to us, man. Honestly, working with our schedules, especially last year with COVID, with all the civil unrest in the city, and a lot of us being canceled, working 12-hour days off canceled. I mean, the MSL's been great to us. We love it here, so we can't wait for AAA next year, man.
As Arnie, Dave Arnold, punches one just foul down the right field line. I know you played the charity game against the state police, and
it was
you
a
guys
great
occasionally
turnout.
travel to play some tournaments.
Yeah, we
as
went
well.
this year. We went out to Vegas for the Police and Fire Championships. I mean, there's tournaments throughout the year. Honestly, we just try with our schedules to make as many as we can, and with the personnel that's going, it's hard to get days off in the city, but we try our best. We go out, we have fun, man. It's all about the experience. We're a baseball team, but it's not about winning or losing. It's just really about playing and having fun, man.
You guys do a lot of things that the layperson doesn't know. They a lot of us just sit back as Dave Arnold swings wildly and hits the catcher in the back of the head, Vic Perez III, with his follow-through. It seems like he's okay. He's a little dazed, but yeah, you guys do things that people can't understand. You're out there risking your bodies, risking your lives on a daily basis, and these charity events that you do are so beneficial to so many that have so many families and so many kids that are just in the wrong place but have the right intentions.
Yeah. I mean, this year's been great. I mean, with the charity game against State Police, we had just under 3,500 fans. I mean, the support was amazing, and especially with an officer fallen in the line of duty. I mean, we had a ton of support. It was just amazing, everyone coming together, you know, especially MSL. Like I said, they do a lot for us, so we appreciate it, and that's why I said, man, we can't wait to come back next year and battle in AAA.
Arnold hits a high pop foul. Vic Perez made it, goes down to a knee. You knew he wasn't going to catch a pop-up standing straight up. We talked about that yesterday, too.
That's pretty cool. Father and son playing in the championship, man.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awesome. Now, you've had ties to both of these teams in the past.
I give Henry a lot of credit, man. He regrouped, recruited, picked up a lot of talent, and the Wildcats have always been a powerhouse in the MSL, you know, with Mike Russ always bringing some of the best players out. I mean, I just give them both credit, man. They just longevity in the league and just creating what they have now. Two very good teams.
And you had a guy, Jason Rivero's at the plate now with a 1-0 count. As he smokes one to short, Kordic boots it a little, picks it up, fires to Perez.
Nice play.
One more question real quick. If I can remember where my train of thought was going at this point. And I don't. I lost it. No, I wasn't going to go to Danny. I know what I was going to ask you, you know, this fabulous season that you guys had as the Knights. I got to ask you about Jerry Silva and his case for a Cy Young. The guy was spectacular this year.
You know what? We faced in the first round of playoffs two of the best pitchers in the league with the Black Sox. So I told Jerry, these are two of the best pitchers that you're going up against in terms of Cy Young, you know, award. But Jerry pitched well, man. All year he's been consistent. And if you look at his record, he literally won half of our games. You know, and he was always clutch for us. He was always there, winding the ball every weekend. He's definitely, in my opinion, you know, top 3 in the league, in the American League, you know. So it's going to be tough, though. Some good ball players in the American League, especially pitching. So,
absolutely.
But he's definitely up there. So we'll see, man. He has our vote, but
that goes without saying, I'm sure.
We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
It took us to the last series of the season to see him, and you guys really didn't have anything to play for in that series. But Jerry came out, gave us a look, and very impressive. Very impressive.
He didn't want to come out that game, man. What was it, 8th inning? I had to pull him.
I think so.
Tie ball game, 4-4.
Yeah, he's a
great
competitor.
baseball.
Great mix of pitches. He's a guy that you can see one at bat, and then when you come up for your second at bat, he pitches you totally differently, and you never feel comfortable against him.
Yeah, and part of that goes to your catching too. You know, calling a great game, and you got Tony Sanchez back there as one of your catchers. He's great.
Oh, he having pro experience. Tony Sanchez he was one of our better players this year. You know, offensively, defensively, he was huge behind the plate for us. So that was a huge addition to our team. You know, moving forward, can't wait.
And we're back in action here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lundholm first pitch to Boydanis in the dirt for a ball. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, the Knights didn't get to the final destination. You know, Richie and I had talked on a number of occasions of hoping to see each other in the finals.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't work out, and you know, they lost to the Rhinos. We got beat up by the Rhinos in that first game, and had to really fight our tails off to come back in game 2. That just attributes it. You know,
it's just a scrappy team.
The Knights were a number 1 seed,
and
they lost to a number 7 seed. The Devils, number 5 seed, lose game 1 to a number 7 seed. It was just a tremendous division we played in. The Black Sox were the 8th seed.
Yeah, exactly.
In the same division.
So I was telling you, we got the short end of the stick coming up against the Black Sox as the number 8 seed. You get 2 of the best pitchers in the first round as the number 1 seed. You're like, well, what's the benefit of that?
Yeah, Ted Bartnick and Austin Ruth, 2 excellent pitchers.
Awesome guys.
Teddy is I mean, he's won 4 or 5 Cy Young since the inception of that award back in like 2011, I think, 2010 or 2011. And it's pretty impressive. We had to put special rules in so you can't win it every year because it's Ted Bartnick rule. Ball up high to Boydanis. It is now a full count to him.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for Ted. You know, he said he felt like he battled through some injuries this year. Like like age might have finally been catching up to him. Had some elbow soreness and some back problems, and he's still a number of wins, a lot of strikeouts, and a 3 ERA. So I wish my bad season was that good.
Yeah, seriously, and he had the broken hand early on too.
Yes, courtesy of Austin. Austin just wanted to pitch the season opener, I think. So.
Oh, it was Austin who lined it back in him
Yep.
in the cage.
Yep. They put a lot of work in together in the off season, and two hardworking guys, and yeah. But I will say we saw the Knights on the schedule in the first round, and you know that's a team that has pitching, a lineup where number 1, number 8, they can all take you deep. You got to play a perfect series against them to have a chance, and it's just surprising to see them knocked out. But I think it's just a testament to how good AA was. Because you can't take anything away from the Rhinos either. They had to go through, I believe, the Indians in the first round.
No,
Yankees.
The
They went
Yankees
the
in the
Yankees
first round. You guys had the Indians.
we had the
in
Indians
round
in
two.
the second round. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had division winner, actually both division winners, and then good set. So.
Yeah, it's weird. When we make the divisions each year, we look at previous year's standings, previous year's runs, things like that, and we try to make it where, okay, so Antonio Solis is the batter now. He fouls that one out. Rodriguez going for another one, and he does.
Oh, over the fence.
Nice play.
Benji Rodriguez making a case for Gold Glove here today alone.
Derek Jeter-esque type play.
Yeah, 38-year-old third baseman, formerly a shortstop. He's played everywhere on the infield. He hits all over the place. The guy's an amazing
I grew up
talent.
with Ben. Yeah, Little League, All Stars. He moved. He's the reason I started playing second base. Man, he booted me out of shortstop.
Nice. Oh, your brother had nothing to do with that?
No, Ben, because me and Ben are in the same age group. So
Coconato up at the plate now. The right fielder. I'm sorry, he's not the right fielder today. He's probably going to be a relief pitcher if needed for Sanchez. Yeah, as I was saying, the trying to make the divisions as equal as possible based on wins from previous years and estimated wins for new teams. And it just so happened this year that our division, for all three of us, as Coco drives one to center, Taylor back on it, he's under it, makes the play for out number 2. The three of us, the Black Sox, the CPD Knights, and the Devils, along with Larry's Indians and the Rhinos, are 5 of the 6 teams from the division in the playoffs.
yeah,
And that's not taking anything away from the other division. They had some really good quality teams. It just happened that this year, I believe the South Division really dominated overall in the standings.
Yeah, you had a couple good AA teams that just lost a couple guys, and I believe the Savages just missed the playoffs, and they're a
Well, it
team.
wasn't the Savage. It was they became the Blazers, and they did make it.
Oh, I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they did make
Yes,
it.
the Blazers did. I'm thinking of the Kumquats. Had a lot of college guys play at collegiate summer league instead, and lost a couple arms and bats, and still a good team. Just when you lose a couple of your top players, it's really hard to do.
Yeah, Kumquat's a very talented team, and if anybody from the Kumquats listening, they're a great group of guys. Danny, I hope you're healing well from your arm injury. Snapped his arm against the Devils in a game earlier this year. We are going to go to break after this half inning. We are through 4 complete here at Schaumburg's Wintrust Field, home of the Boomers and the Midwest Suburban League. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Top of inning number 5, Angel Sanchez first pitch to Pete Sacalias in the dirt and outside for ball 1. Richard Bermuda is here with Tony Arbogast and Eric Page. We got Jake Mills here with us as well. Jake was part of a new team that was formed at the last moment this season. Team MSL. He's a little bit far behind, so it'll be tough to hear him. But we're trying to even out the divisions, and Larry came up with the idea. John Hamm also offered his services to run Team MSL as kind of a player pool team, guys that were interested in playing the league, didn't have a team, and we went very lenient on our crossover rules with that team. They didn't have the greatest season in the world, but I understand I met them. They're a bunch of great guys, and hopefully they're going to increase the talent with what they've got going forward. As a curveball up top to Sacalias, 3 balls and a strike to count.
Tony was part of Team MSL too.
I'm sorry, Tony Arbogast was also on Team MSL, played against us middle of the season.
Yeah,
the Red Devils, that is.
Yep. It was fun, but I'll say it goes to show that even with the college pitcher rule, that a single A team that has some offense but lacks the arm depth is going to be in trouble too, because that's where we really got in trouble was walks and we had some games that we just kicked the ball around a little bit too much. Some good bats on the team. Learning to play together that first year is always tough.
Ooh, what a play by Vic Perez. He's lucky to have his groin intact. What a stretch. What do you think of that? Wow.
Vic's a ball player, man. He's kind of the heart and soul of the elite, man.
He is definitely heart and soul of the elite. He's got to oftentimes got to get his anger under wraps. Let's put it in that perspective. Emotions in check. That's I lose the words when it comes to games 6, 7, 8, 9 in a weekend. And Darius Lugo stepping up to the plate with the 1 out now. But Vic is the heart and soul, and he really he revs that engine for sure.
Veteran leadership.
Yeah, you got to have a veteran leader, somebody that can keep it calm when it's necessary, can elevate the excitement level when it's needed. Line drive into left center by Lugo, a base hit. Kornick up with it. He's going to fire it in. Lugo doesn't stop, and he's into second easily with a hustle double.
Yeah, that ball ate Kornick up a little bit. It somewhat in the gap, and he took a step back and played it off to his side and hit a turn. And I think Lugo saw that and didn't hesitate with his speed to stretch it into a double. That's just a tough play for that center fielder.
But that's the definition right there of why you hustle out of the box every single time. You never know what's going to happen. You may be able to get an extra base. You may have a pop-up on the infield that turns into a double. Mick Martin, he's up there now, the leadoff hitter and shortstop for the Wildcats. Swings through a fastball by Sanchez. So, yes, we had Team MSL coming this year. We talked yesterday about the fact that we had 40 teams in the MSL last year, and we continued that this year, even with the COVID-shortened season last year and the COVID issues early on this year as well. Sanchez, an inside move to second, faked. No play, obviously.
Yeah, getting back to a more traditional playoff format this year, but I will say last year I think it was a good call by the league to have everybody in the playoffs and have more of a tournament, NCAA style end of the year. Given the shortened season, you couldn't play everybody, but we still got close to 22 games in, depending on how you did in the playoffs. So last year did the best we could, and the number of teams we talked to this year that just said it was nice to be back to normal this year was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely nice to be back to normal. I know that in another league we played in, as Sanchez delivers strike 3 as Martin swings through a curveball, and hot Carl Lundholm will come up to the plate. Last year was an interesting year because we didn't know what was going to be there. We had started the season in another league, the Chicago North Men's Senior Baseball League, a partner in many respects to us, where the umpires were behind the mound and there were no tag plays. Lundholm flares one into left. Gutierrez on it. Great defender, makes the play, and that ends the inning. But we started that with no tag plays. Very interesting baseball having that in play rather than having a force out on a pickoff attempt, a force out on a play at the plate with a man on third only, and trying to determine what's real and what isn't and how you go about things. Craziness. But we'll take a quick break here after 4.5. 5-2 the score. The Wildcats lead, looking for that ring. Back at it here, bottom of inning number 5, Midwest Suburban League National Division Championship Series, Game 2. Carl Lundholm on the mound for the Wildcats. Austin Kornick, the leadoff man and center fielder for the Elite, leading it off here. 5-2 the score. Ball in the dirt. 2-0 now. Lundholm likes to work fast. That's a strike on the inside corner by Lundholm. Carl is definitely a fighter. Same pitch, 2-2 count.
Yeah, defensively, Dave Arnold's taken over at first base here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Arnold and Consiglio, the alphabet himself, like to split time over at first as Kornick wears it in the tuchus. And that'll bring up Justin Torres.
This was all worked out before the season started.
So Justin Torres comes to play, man on first.
Benji, Mickey, Julio. That's it.
Nobody out. 3-run ball game.
He moved to Atlanta. The catcher. He just flew back for the weekend.
Fake bunt by Torres. A strike down the middle. Carl Lundholm comes set. Kornick the lead. High ball. 1-1 count now.
Bring back that Knights and Finest rivalry.
Lundholm comes set again, and the pitch high and in.
Yeah, ball's running a little bit on him. He hit the first batter and missing in here again, 2-1.
Hard grounder foul down the line. Kicks back into play, and Coco has to go run after it. I want to say Coco the Clown, but he's certainly no clown.
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, I mentioned that last night. American Ninja Warrior, Justin Coconato. Really nice guy, Justin. He is the longest-standing member of the Elite besides Henry Perez. And Joe Esparza, as I said, over coaching first today. Down low. Count is full now with nobody out here in the fifth.
Yeah, that was a great take. That's a really hard pitch on a 2-2 count to lay off of, and he saw it the whole way and left it down.
And that's why these two teams are here, because they are able to do that, and he swings through a pitch right down center lane for the out.
Yeah, not sure from this angle if that was a changeup or a breaking ball, but Carl definitely took something off there and had him way ahead.
Yeah, it looked like a change of some sort for sure, because it didn't pop that glove like the other pitches have been popping. And we have Vic Perez the third coming up. You know, Richie Bermuda said earlier that it's great that Vic's playing with his dad. Kordic takes off. Throw down by Erickson is a slider. He didn't have a good grip on that ball, and it looked like that thing hooked about 15 feet. Isaac Martinez went over and made the play. One strike on the batter. Ooh, big curveball swung through by the third.
And when you're 0-2 against a pitcher like Carl that's got a good mix of pitches, you almost have to just look for the fastball and try to just put anything else in play. You can't sit on much here, and you're not sure what you're going to get.
Yeah, worst comes to worst in this situation. You're looking to get the ball to the right side and move that runner to the third in the worst case scenario. Strikeout is really something that's not beneficial to the team. But if you can move it over, it'll be nice to get that runner on third. Ball outside for 1-2 the count. Bottom of inning number 5. 6th game of the weekend for the Midwest Suburban League Championship Series. Lundholm comes set again. The pitch. Beautiful curveball. Perez takes off. As it gets by Erickson, he's going to be safe. Runners at the corners with one out. Big hook by Lundholm in the dirt, and Erickson cannot smother it as Vic Perez looks like he's going to run for Vic Perez. Hey. To Perez. Wow. But it's only one out, so a little put the cart before the whore, and they're letting him run anyway. So it's, and now Justin Torres is running out there. Looks like a relay race going on out there. Yeah, we had a new format for the championships this weekend, Tony. We had normally we do a Friday night for one division, then push 4 games on Saturday and 1 to 4 games on Sunday. But based on discussions with the Boomers, the ability to maintain the field better, the ability to get a good night's sleep on the weekend and be fresher, we made the change. Game 1's for all 3 divisions on Saturday. Game 2's on Sunday today, and any games 3's necessary, we come back the following weekend.
Yeah, I think that'll make a big difference in the game 3s for the single A and double A series. I think AAA teams in general have a lot more pitching depth, where single A and double A rely on 1 or 2 arms to really get them through a weekend. And the nice thing is that instead of a championship game being decided by a bunch of guys that maybe have thrown an inning or 2 all weekend or all season, you can come back with a winner-take-all game with your ace on the hill and really let the best player on your team decide it against the best player on the other team.
And I will definitely say that I was pretty adamantly opposed to it before yesterday. I think of a championship series, the overall quality of a full team, but all the points that you just made and others have made as well are very true about having a reasonable baseball game in a Game 3 of a championship. That ball was lowing in 3-0 to Ruiz with Gutierrez on deck. Elite in business, they're 3 runs behind, but to have 2 runners in scoring position.
The Wildcats are getting somebody up in the bullpen here.
Well, Dave Sims, the veteran, the crafty one, Cy Young Award winner. We know Dave's coming towards the end of the line in his career, but he's out here. Ball 4 inside. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Russell took a trip out there with the bases loaded and Gutierrez, who walked last time, coming up. Back to our championship series conversation. You know, after yesterday, after seeing only 3 games being played, not having the pressure of people getting off work early on Friday night to get out here and getting home at 9 o'clock, it really changed my tune quickly. And I'm all in with it. It's a great thing now, and I think everybody is better for it.
Yeah, and at least for this year, it works out great with the weather. That I mean, you just cannot ask for a better weekend of weather, and you know, we're not playing in the cold, and with it starting when it did, it just worked out really well for everybody, I believe.
So bases loaded. Julian Gutierrez looking dead red from Lundholm and trying to punish that baseball and bring his team back into it. Takes strike 1 at the knees on the inside corner.
Yeah, and that pitch right there is why Russell didn't even take the trip out to the mound. He's got somebody loose just in case Carl can't find it. But championship series, you're up 1-0. You got to trust your ace here in the 5th inning, and he comes back and rewards him with 2 quick strikes.
And a high fly ball into right center field. That's deep. Kuna running for it, dives, makes a phenomenal catch. Runners may have left early. The throw to the plate. He's tagged out. And that's a double play.
Wow.
Here is the question. And I'll tell you what.
Wow, that play to get up, the Elite tried to get really aggressive there and score 2 runs on a sac fly. And the second runner got nailed at home. A great textbook relay from the outfielder into Mickey to the throw home. The Elite rolled the dice and it did not work. Does not seem to be an appeal on the other run, but
yeah, but the amazing thing I'll say is we talked about this last night about 4 legal outs in an inning. You may have just had that situation. Had they checked the runner at either second or third, you may have had 4 outs in that inning, as we talked about. Nostradamus in the house. Holy hell. We'll be back in a minute for the 6th. And we're back here, and how often does it happen? First pitch strike on the corner. Mike Kuda made that incredible diving catch, jumped up and fired it in, and he gets to lead off the inning. Happens all the time. You make a great play, you get to lead off.
Yeah, Kuda's been a one-man wrecking crew so far today. If you think about it, some great catches in the outfield, none better than the last one we just saw. He had the monster home run, and then he had the Q shot, 2 RBI single. So he's having a great day here.
1-1 count. That's just off. 2-1 now.
Yeah.
Angel Sanchez looks good. They do have action in the bullpen. Mike Reevy, the old man of the staff, down there getting loose. Ball inside. 3-1.
Yeah, Sanchez being really careful with him now.
If Reevy comes in, it'll be a huge change of pace to Sanchez's fastball. Reevy, a finesse guy, uses his leg kick to throw batters off, throws a bunch of different off-speed pitches, and is very control-oriented. And Kuda walks, and here comes Funky Cole Medina. Last inning. And Julio Medina, the big man, winner in game 1. First pitch by Sanchez, outside corner, strike 1. There's a strike at the bottom of the line. Bottom of the zone, excuse me. They have a new, somebody else warming up now. It's Medin Mila, if I said that even remotely closely.
It's a ground ball to third. Nice pick. This could be 2.
Boydanis the second for 1. Over to first. Medina doubled up. 2 down here in the inning. Nice play by Kordick and Ruiz and Vic Perez on that play. And here comes B-Rod, Benji Rodriguez.
Yeah, great turn by Ruiz. The throw took him a little bit off the bag. He got himself set, made a good throw over to first to still turn the double play.
Hey, we're just looking down in the bullpen. You see Reevy and Mila both getting loose down there. So 2 down, nobody on. Benji Rodriguez coming up to the plate. Benji a grounder towards third. Boydanis up with it. Rodriguez not really running hard, and he's out at first. Very upset with himself on the play. 5-3 the score. We are through 5.5 innings here in Schaumburg. Boomer Stadium, home of the Boomers, home of the Midwest Suburban League Championship Series. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're back here in the top of the sixth. Carl Lundholm's day on the mound is done as lefty Dave Sims takes over, and this Carl moves to right field. He pitched a great game, gave himself and his team a chance to win. Sims comes in, crafty lefty, former Cy Young winner himself. Well, gets one pitch, one out on a liner out to Taylor. Yeah, a lot of moves. Carl's a great outfielder. Can't see a lot falling between him and Taylor out there in center. But Kuda played such a phenomenal right field. It's hard to take him out, but he did his job, and now he slides into first base, where he's got a heck of a glove there as well. Sims. Sims throws one in and low, falls behind 2-1 here. It's a high fly ball. Taylor's under it. Backs up, makes the play for the second out. Tony Salas coming up now to bat with 2 outs here. Got a lefty-lefty matchup here, so we'll see what the movement that Sims has, how hard that can be on Tony here. Ooh. Sims just misses. Ooh, and he hits him. Yeah, Salas is away on the plate. Not a lot you can do sometimes when you're left-handed and you face a lefty that drops down that low. Pitchers are going to move a lot, so if you can cut that movement out, you might have a chance to get hit like that. But Henry's looking to his bench now, might be looking for a little bit more speed here with 2 outs, trying to make something happen. Sam Libby coming in to run now. He's been playing right field, so definitely does do that. Trades up in the speed category here. Justin Coronado now is at the plate. And as Eric had mentioned, he had an instrumental role in the Elite's title run last year, so good stick up here.
Yeah, Coronado's been with the Elite for several years now. He's one of the originals. So glad to see him sticking it out with the Elite. Ooh.
He puts a charge in one, but right at Taylor, who sticks with it. Catches that low sinking liner, and Sims does his job and gets 3 quick outs here. We're going to move on to the 7th. The 7th inning. Here we are, top of the 7th. Sanchez still on the mound. Taylor took Sanchez deep last time, and he swings through a curveball there. Taylor's got a lot of power now with the home run in both games. He could put a charge into one and make it a 3-run game. We're starting to get to where runs are going to be precious here late in the game.
Ooh, great pitch.
Sanchez pitching him backwards right now. Goes curveball to get him 0-2. See what he goes to.
Can of corn.
Yep. Hit the outside corner. Taylor puts it in play to center field. Was not happy with himself. Just missed that ball, but that's a big first out here. But it doesn't get much easier behind him. Got Dave Arnold coming up, and Arnold's got a ton of power as well.
This is a big inning for the Elite. The heart of the order for the Wildcats coming up. Got to put up another 0 if they want to stay in this game.
Sanchez runs a 2-seamer high for ball 1. Arnold steps out, just trying to get comfortable up there in the plate. Two-seamer runs past him up for ball 2. So I got to be thinking Arnold's looking to zone him up here. He gets a fastball down the middle. He might rip it.
He's been pretty consistent with staying away from Arnold.
Yep.
Trying to hit the outside corner every at bat.
Yep. Two-seamer dives out, so he's 3-0 on him now.
Oh, that's a great pitch.
Yep.
Stay there.
Yep. Comes back a little more velocity than he's had earlier in a couple innings here, and gets it to 3-1. And he misses down, and Arnold will take first. And Russell going with the non-runner rule that we talked about earlier, and again making a good use of that here, bringing Taylor back to run at first base. Taylor can absolutely fly.
He can run. He can definitely run. That's trouble.
Rivero drops one that may drop. Lefty Q shot, and there's that speed now as Taylor flies into third base to go first to third here.
That's first to third, even with waiting for the ball to dry. That's speed right there. That's some speed. This is a big inning for the Wildcats right here.
Yep, first and third and 1 out. So Pete's going to be looking to put the ball in the air, stay out of the double play, and get that run in.
Absolutely.
Curious to see now. We saw Jason steal his first base of the season a couple innings ago. Will he go for number 2 here?
I was just going to bring that up. If I was Jason, I'd be running.
Yeah.
Take that double play out the equation.
Yep. And with Taylor's speed, to throw it down to second, he's probably going to get home, which means the catcher may just eat the ball and concede second. Yeah, Elite not really in a position right now to trade runs for outs.
Good stop. Good stop.
Sanchez with the hard breaking ball out for ball 1.
Pete, another veteran Wildcat, has been in the league forever. Another power hitting catcher. I'm shocked to see him hitting number 9 for the Wildcats.
Wayne stops the game, notices a fan's ball has come on the field. It has been retrieved, so we're getting back to the game now.
Ooh, great pitch.
Two-seamer runs in for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1. Sun's starting to set here. Shadows are not really a factor anymore. Lights are kicking on. Temperature definitely dropping. And a great stop by Vic Perez on a hard curveball to save a run there. Takes the count to 2-1, but keeps the runners on first and second.
This can definitely be the ball game right here this inning if the Wildcats put up a few. Good pitch. Some inside cheese there.
Yep, yeah, that's a great spot. You can't really elevate that ball. You're going to tie him up. All you're going to do there is roll it over, hit it on the ground, and hope they hit it too soft to be a double play. But now it's 2-2. And I wonder if he'll go right back to that spot. No, there's a curveball. Oh, shortstop bobbles, and everybody's going to be safe.
That's big.
I don't know that he would have turned that. He had the range and it wasn't hit very hard, but definitely could have had the out at second. So that's going to be a big error. Runners now on first and second with one out.
I didn't know Clark left.
Yeah, Ted's gone.
Huh? It's a 7, not the 6. Okay.
Got the Energizer Bunny Lugo up to the plate here. Ooh, that's trouble. Nice play.
Nice play by the pitcher to second, to first. Ooh. Close play. Carl calls him safe. Vic stretched as far as he could there. Good job of Sanchez fielding his own position there. But it's a little bit too much speed to double him up.
And that'll bring up Mickey Martin here with runners at the corners and one out.
Yeah, Taylor had scored to make it 6-3 here in the 7th.
Oh, good stop.
Another great stop by Perez, and I'm wondering if we'll see Lugo get put in motion here with two outs.
Yeah, Lugo's got great wheels. He will be moving at some point. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Looks like we got 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Wayne,
Martin swings through that for a strike.
Wayne signaling up to the scoreboard operator to change it to 2 outs, but he has had to go home, so that scoreboard will not be changing. But thanks to the great scoreboard you are seeing on your screen by ReelTime Media Productions here, you all have the correct scores and outs and counts.
Lugo steals second without a throw. So runners in scoring position at second and third. Mickey Martin, he's got a count. It's 1-2.
This is the guy you want out for the Wildcats in a big situation, Mickey Martin.
Mickey stays on it, drives it through the hole. That'll score at least one. The outfielder's in with it. Doesn't get his balance. He's going to try to hold Martin at 2. And Mickey's in at first with a 2-run single. That is a big hit right there to open the game up 8-3. Wonder if that's the last we'll see of Sanchez or not.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, you watch Martin on that play and seeing all that went down. The throw came into second by Gutierrez, got through the second baseman all the way to Perez. Martin was rounding first, ready to take second. Still had the matter of mind to know that Vic Perez was right there to get the ball, and he didn't get picked. Lundholm swings hard through a high fastball, 0-1 the count.
And a great job of Perez at first base there, not falling asleep and just kind of floating around the bag, but backing up the throw, because if that got through, Martin might have been to third.
Another thing for a guy that's been a catcher his whole life, being aware on every play, as Lundholm fouls that one out of play and out of the stadium for a nice 575 loss.
No.
$8 somewhere in there.
No, that hit the top of the hill and rolled down, and we had looks to be about a 4 or 5-year-old made a great diving stop on a ball rolling down the hill, and he tosses it back in play.
Gotta love those kids. High and away, 1-2.
Henry's already walking over to see if he can sign him up for the elite in a few years. So,
oh, he's got him under contract already.
I think the kid just told me he was a ripper already.
Squibber down the line. Mike Russell going to make the first play he's made in 10 years.
He's got the best eyes.
Yeah, he's got great eyes. He is an eye doctor. No, you got to give props to guys like Mike Russell and Henry Perez and and others that come out here every week to manage a team. Men's League Baseball. They come out every week. Larry's another one. On my double-A team, I don't play much on that team as Martin takes off and Lundholm falls it down to that kid again. Let's see if he dives again.
I saw Larry catch this year in the 65 division.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Larry did play some 65 and over games. He was a hell of a ball player when he was younger. He's a very good hitter and a good catcher. He's, being 70 years old at this point and having no shoulder left. He can't do what he used to, but he can still go out there and compete. But I was saying about the guys that come out and they manage a team and don't play. That tells you how much the camaraderie means to these guys, how much of a family a team can become, regardless of how good you are, how bad you are. It is a true camaraderie and building block. Beautiful pitch by Sanchez. Froze Lundholm like a giant cube of ice to end the inning. And we are through 7. We are going to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Wintrust Field. Hi, everybody. Let me hear you now. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take.
Keep going. You sound pretty good, Harry.
Me out to the ball game. Take me out for some Budweiser. Buy me some peanuts and crack. Jack. I don't care if I ever get back.
Bottom 7, Wayne.
It's root for whoever the hell you want to win. And if they don't win, it's an awful shame. It's 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 and 5 strikes, you're out. Here at the ball game. Be back in a minute. Dave Sims' first pitch to Vic Perez Jr., the father of Vic Perez III. First pitch just outside for a ball, Dave Sims. And Perez follows that out of play. There's another $8 down the tubes. We're in the bottom of inning number 7 here.
Bottom 7.
In Schaumburg. Sims a changeup. Sims all arms and legs out there on that mound. He delivers. Low pitch high in the air. Shallow right field. Lundholm and Martinez coming for it. Lundholm dives. Makes a spectacular catch for the first out of the inning. And we're back at the top of the lineup in Austin Kordick.
Yeah, Lundholm showing why, despite the fact that Kuda did a tremendous job out there in right field, that when he was not on the mound, he needed to go back to the outfield because that was a tough play, and his speed really tracked that ball down, got up in the wind swirled it a lot, and he stuck with it and made a great diving catch.
Yeah, Kuda's a great athlete in general, so he's a natural first baseman when it comes to baseball, but plays a lot of outfield. He played second base a bunch, and I'm sure he could pretty much play anywhere on the field. But Lundholm is a true outfielder, and that's why he's out there rather than Kuda, who came in to play first.
He doesn't know.
Ball low and away. You always want to have your best defense out there when you have a lead and you're trying to win a ship, or a game for that matter. Upstairs on this lefty-lefty matchup. I'll tell you, I've faced Sims a number of times throughout the years, but never as a left-handed hitter. And watching him from this viewpoint, that's got to be tough to see.
Yeah.
He's only allowed 3 X-Pros.
Yeah, that.
I don't think they can hear him.
Yeah, last inning we saw Tony Salas get on top of the plate and just get hit by a pitch that ran in. That lefty-lefty matchup there is just tough.
Kordick walks, and here's Justin Torres, wears a pair of 8s on his back. A hard 16 in Krebs. Loaded dice. Pitch just down and off the plate for ball 1.
Yeah, good speed at first. Sims doing a great job of keeping that runner close. Didn't throw over, but had the runner moving back on each pitch. He's just not sure what he's going to look like throwing there.
That looked exactly the same as the last pitch. This one a strike. 1-1 the count here to Torres. You know, when Dave Sims first came into the MSL, he didn't really have a pickoff move. He learned a move, and it turned out to be pretty darn good. Just off the plate, 2-1.
Gotta teach him the claw with her. I know, yeah. It's just flat out. Yeah.
Sims comes set, watches Kordick, throws the pitch, fouled out of play. That's $8 more in the toilet.
Yeah, Sims does a great job, if you watch, changing the timing of his delivery just a little bit. It seems to be keeping hitters off balance. When you face a pitcher that does that just can hold that ball just a second or a split second longer, makes it really hard to really get your foot down in the right time, things like that, and he does a great job of it.
Ball gets back past Erickson all the way back to the backstop. Kordick takes second on it.
Yeah, that was a tough sinking 58-footer, and it hit right off the plate, and the catcher had no chance at that one.
You know, at the same time, you just mentioned about Sims controlling the hitter with that tough foot down. Very tough for the runners, too. You know, you're always taught as a pitcher to freeze that runner from movement and try to get them flat-footed or leaning backwards, so even if they do take off, they're behind a step. He does a great job of that as well. Sims comes set, checks the runner at second. The pitch. Foul ball down the left field line.
Yeah, Justin having a great at bat here. He full count, fouled off a number of pitches here. Really making Sims go through the whole arsenal of pitches here. We'll see who wins it here, but just a great battle late in the game. And there's another one.
That was ball 4, because that was down on the ground. Torres went down and got it and hit it hard. Karam's off the fence onto the field. They got a man there down in the bullpen who went and got it real quick, so we're back to action here with Sims getting set. Martinez over at second, playing up the middle. Big hole on the right side. Popped up towards the dugout of the Wildcats. Kuda makes the play. Mr. Everywhere. 2 down, 8-3 the score. Bottom of the 7th, and here is Victor Perez III.
Yeah, and for anybody watching that doesn't play baseball, really tough catch there that Kuda just made, running in full speed like that, the wind pushing it back the other way. And if you saw his feet slide a little bit, it goes from the grass into the dirt again here, but it's a different kind of dirt that borders the field than the infield. Pretty easy to have your spike just slip a little bit. And he stuck with it, made a great over-the-shoulder catch. Not uncommon to see the first baseman or catcher wipe out trying to get to that ball, just because it's so hard to keep your footing in that play.
Great spot by Sims, just down.
Yeah, getting to the point here in the bottom of the seventh, you almost feel like the Elite have to get this run in to stay in the game.
Every base runner counts at this point for them, for sure. Hard ground at a third. Rodriguez up with it. Fires the first. Kuda, check out the footwork there. Has to come back through the bag into foul territory to make the play. Gets the out. We are through 7. 2 innings to go. The Wildcats lead 8-3. If they come up and win this ball game, the National Division Series would be over with a champion. We'll be back in a minute to see what happens.
We're back here in the top of the 8th. Elite have gone into their bullpen now with number 33, Medine Mila, on the hill. He 30 innings on the season, 37 strikeouts to 4 walks. So good control here. Throws hard watching him warm up, but he has no easy task facing the heart of this Wildcats order, starting with Mike Kuda. And he runs one in and almost hits him. Two-seamer took off on him a little bit there, so he falls behind 2-0 here.
2-0 to a great hitter.
Mila gets set. Lines and drives.
Oh, wow.
Kuda tags one. Is this going to stay in the park? It's just foul. Down in controversy corner for those of you that watched game 2 today. That one a little bit more obvious, but Kuda with a good rip there. Just a little early on it. And I'm sure Mila's thinking about what he just threw and can be a little bit more careful next time.
I think Mila's thanking himself that he threw a 2-0 curveball instead of a fastball.
Yep.
To Kuda, because Kuda would have been all over it.
It's Mila gets set here, 2-1 pitch. Another curveball misses in, and he goes to 3-1. Mila adjusts the hat and looks in, gets a sign. Another curveball. Oh, it must have been 2-2. Kudus swings through for the first out of the inning. We got Julio Medina stepping in, the 4-hitter. Mila goes to the fastball to get ahead, fouled back for strike 1.
There's a poke.
Medina drives it deep. Center fielder's tracking it, runs it down in the alley. Gave that one a ride, hit it in a good spot, just didn't get enough of it, but well hit ball, but Mila's got 2 quick outs here. Starting pitcher Angel Sanchez really battled. He leaves having given up 8 runs, but you look at the Wildcat season, there's only a handful of games they didn't score at least 10 runs this year, so when you play this team, the offense has to show up or you're going to be in trouble. And he did a good job of trying to limit the damage as much as he could. Couple plays, couple innings, didn't go his way, but he pitched a pretty good game overall. Little conversation here by the third base, Rodriguez, and the umpire. He steps in now, and we're ready to go. He chops one, but it's going to kick foul here. For strike 1. Not sure if there was a question for the umpire. Oftentimes when a pitcher is rolling like that with 2 quick outs, you'll come up and have a little conversation, just trying to throw the timing off, slow the inning down, see if you can get that pitcher a little bit uncomfortable, get him to make a mistake early on in his first inning.
Yeah, Benji's he's a veteran, so he's trying to slow down the game a little bit. Looks like 3's on the mound, is in a little groove here.
Benji a little early on that one too, chops it foul for strike 2, falls behind 0-2. And this would be a big out for Mila, not having to face Taylor this inning, and definitely don't want to see him or Arnold come up with runners on base.
He hung it.
Yep, curveball stayed up there. Benji just misses it, fouls it back to stay alive, 0-2. Mila sets, kicks,
Good take.
bounces one, but Benji spits on it, tracked it the whole way for ball 1.
One, 2 count.
Mila kicks,
Oh, great.
tagged for a base hit here by Benji Rodriguez, and he'll round, and that'll bring in Derek Taylor, who's homered and just missed the ball earlier to the plate.
Yeah, that was a great 2-strike at bat for Benji. Great pitch, great at bat.
Yep, did a good job of, after being ahead of a couple pitches, sitting back on that one and just driving it in, not trying to do too much with it, knowing who's behind you, and just getting on and keeping that inning going.
Big Derek Taylor could put the game away with one swing.
Ooh, Mila wanted that one, misses just low with the fastball for strike 1. When you're facing a hitter like this, you want those borderline pitches, because anywhere you feel like you got to bring it in a little closer to the middle of the plate could get you hurt. Fastball left it up a little bit, dangerous spot, but Taylor's taken for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1 here. Mila spins a curveball down in the dirt for ball 2. Tried to work a little bit quicker there, quick pitch him, but Taylor was on it and did not fall for the bait. 2-1 count. Mila looks in now, trying to mix his timing up.
Might challenge him here.
Looks back, but Rodriguez not much of a lead. Misses outside for ball 3. Now Taylor's in the catbird seat. He's looking one pitch, one zone, and he's looking to make this a 10-3 game. Mila looks like a slider, possibly a two-seamer that just misses inside. He disagrees with the call, but that'll put runners on first and second, 2 outs, and Dave Arnold's big bat coming up to the plate.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. Either way, Derek swings. He's going to break a bat, possibly. Just missed it, but overall, great pitch. Yeah, look, great pitch. It's a big bat right here.
Yep.
Dave Arnold, he can swing it.
Arnold can put it out, but he can also put it in the gap, and with Taylor's speed on first base, he could score on a gapper, especially with 2 outs moving on the pitch. Ooh. Fastball up, must have been just up. Misses for ball 1. Close pitch. Mila wanted that one too.
Yeah, he's really pumping it in there.
Yeah. Ooh. Fastball, similar spot. Wondering where that missed. Pretty close pitch, but must have been just up. Mueller's going to take a second, get his composure. Resets because he's got 2-0 to a dangerous hitter again. Now Arnold doesn't like the timing, so he steps out to fix his batting gloves. And he's stepping back in. Looks like everybody's comfortable now. 2-0 pitch coming up here. Mila works towards the plate.
Trouble.
There's the line drive in the gap. That'll score at least 1. Taylor is flying, but Russell holds him up.
It's a big hit, big hit.
Makes it 9-3. That ball was absolutely tattooed.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to try to pump fastballs past the heart of this order.
Yeah.
Because big, good hitting team.
Now it looks like we're going to get a change out in right field. And I'm guessing we'll see that right fielder go right down to the bullpen to start to get loose. That is number 12, Sam Libby.
Yeah, it looks like Coconato's replacing him in right field.
Yep. So Jason Rivero digs in now. Jason's been on base a couple times today. And he's looking to completely put this game on ice with this at-bat.
This is huge right here. Oh.
They throw through with 2 outs. Runner safe at second base. Taylor stayed home. So now we got runners on second and third, and the force out's gone for Rivero.
The Elite definitely need to get this guy if they want any chance of staying in this game.
Yeah, we're getting base hit here would make it 11-3, and we'd be getting into the territory of wonder. And then if they could push 2 more across, this game could end in 8 innings instead of 9. Yeah, we saw a rally in game 2 here. The Devils coming back down 5, but
Yeah.
with the pitching that the Wildcats have, this is going to be a battle for the Elite, but they've been there before.
Hey,
So big swing by Rivero.
Just last year, the Marlins had the Elite down 12 runs or so. The Elite came back and won the game.
Yeah,
Can happen.
it can happen. Rivero swings through it for strike 3. Runners stay out, but it's a 9-3 game here going into the bottom of the 8th, and we'll be back.
Bottom of inning number 8 here in Schaumburg, Illinois. First pitch to Eric Ruiz, who is a switch hitter. I just learned that right now. Ruiz takes strike 1 from Dave Sims. Wildcats scored 1 last inning. It's a 9-3 baseball game here. They are 6 outs away from getting another ring.
Yeah.
I can't even count that high how many they've gotten. They are the epitome of the word dynasty in the MSL. And that's not a necessarily bad thing. I will tell you that they started out coming in the Central Division of the MSL back in the early to mid 2000s as Ruiz grounds one up the middle. Martin tries to come up with it. It gets by his glove. A base hit for Ruiz. The Wildcats came up in that Central Division and built their team with a good group of guys from, I want to say North Park, is it? Yeah. North Park College, and built this organization into the juggernaut it is and has been for the last decade. Julian Gutierrez is going to come up with a man on first here.
It's a good example of how a lot of teams evolve in MSL. It started as a group of friends, the Wheaton Wildcats, and ironically enough, I now coach with a former original Wildcat for travel baseball, and got some of the background on the story of just they were friends that wanted to keep playing ball together, and then somebody knew somebody else. They started adding talent and went from a good team to a great team.
Out of
in
curiosity,
a few seasons.
who was that?
Josh Earhart.
I remember Josh. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they. I talked to Dan Husline yesterday. He's an MSL Hall of Famer for the work that he did putting this squad together. And Dan's talking about a comeback next year with my Red Devils potentially in Single A, which is fantastic. I'd love to have them back and rebuild that franchise, as a few guys are leaving due to retirement and a couple guys moving to Texas, as Gutierrez takes a strike on the inside corner. It's something you looked a few years ago at the AAA division, and you had the Cubs and the Demons and the Devils and the Wildcats and the Blue Jays that all played together and started their careers in the MSL down at the bottom level, built their ways up. Black Sox are another team who started in Single A with Teddy Bartnick and Goran Anderson back then, dominant, and moved up to the AA division. Have been a solid team in AA. They spent a couple years in AAA, and it wasn't as fortuitous, if I'm getting the right word, as they would have liked, and they're sitting steady as they're aging in AA.
Yeah, and it's we've been together I think 12 years now. We almost folded after our third year. We were 3-19 in Single A, and kind of like a lot of these teams started adding some new players, and seems that the old saying, players know players. So everybody always played with somebody that wants to keep playing, and it makes it a lot of fun too when you're playing with your friends, and especially when you're older. I point to the Vic Perez playing with his son, and my wife always says, when are you gonna stop? When are you gonna to put it up? And you're coaching my son now. And I said, my dream's always, in 8 years, me and Hayden would take the field at least once together, and then we'll go from there. And it's I'm sure for a lot of these guys, it's the same feeling. Kind of setting the example. Both my son and my daughter learned baseball by coming out and watching a lot of games here. My daughter actually picked number 33 for travel softball because that's the number Ted wears, and she wants to pitch like Ted. So can't even say my daughter wants to be like me. She wants to be like Teddy.
Uncle Teddy.
Yep. So, it's just that family atmosphere that the league brings that really, really opens up stuff like that.
And what you're saying is so true. When I was a kid, I used to go watch my dad play 16-inch softball on Sundays, and just gave me the love and the passion for baseball. As Gutierrez flies one into right, he's not happy with himself because he knew he just got under it as Lundholm makes the play.
Yeah, as the night has come on, the wind's still up there, but it seems to be swirling more than pushing the ball out, because that one just held up a little bit there.
Got a quick timeout in the game as home plate umpire Wayne Williams comes to get some baseballs, as running short as the ball's going out of the stadium, give Sims a chance to catch his breath. But as I was saying, I went out to watch 16-inch softball with my dad, and I fell in love with the game in general. Started playing Little League, and I will tell you, I mean, you guys have seen me. I am not the greatest player in the world, but I'm not the worst player. I've been a contributor and a team kind of guy and done a lot of different things. But ball low from Sims. The first year I played, I didn't get a hit in Little League after T-ball, of course. The first real pitching league, I didn't get a hit. Next year, I worked my tail off. I was an all-star. And that was due to the love of the game and the enjoyment of going out there and playing every day with a friend of mine, Steve Kenzer, who lived down the street from me. Every single day we were out there playing. It didn't matter if it was wiffle ball, lob league, or fast pitch, and getting in the game. A beautiful pitch by Sims for a strike. 2-2 the count now, I believe. It might be 2-1. Losing focus at this point in the night. So, you know, and that's how I fell in love with the game, as Torres pops it high. Martin and Rodriguez both going for it. Ball drops in between them. A fire to second, overthrow. Kuda backs it up. The runners are going to have to hold at first and second. But that was two alpha males going after a baseball, and both of them wanted it. And it fell in between the two as they were both calling for it.
It was a heads-up play by Kuda backing that up.
You know, and Tony, as you said, it's, you know, of course you want your son to, or your son and your daughter to want to be like you, but Teddy's a great guy and a great player and a great role model kind of person. So it's kind of a special feeling in your heart to know that you have a friend for as long as you've known Ted that can be that. He's really an uncle to your kids, probably, in that case.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have pictures of Ted with my kids when they were first born. We did a charity game for breast cancer money a handful of years ago, and the kids were little, and they came on the picture, and he took some pictures on the field, and he took some pictures with them. And yeah, so it's been fun that you know, the Black Sox family has been part of my family as the years have gone on. You know, but it's fun listening to your story about playing as a kid too, because you know, it's now with kids, you know, travel ball really didn't exist till high school when I was growing up, and now it seems, you know, every year it starts younger. It's 9U, it's 8U, it's 7U, and kids still get so much out of playing other sports and playing wiffle ball with their friends and really enjoying that kind of passion of the game. But they turn into people like what you're seeing on the field that know all of the little things, that back up throws and do all those little things right to hold runners at spots. You know, you think had Kuda not drifted back on that play, you might have saw a run or two score there. You know, ball got above the lights. Lugo in the outfield never saw it. Tough play, and he knew, okay, there's going to be a play at second, drift out. You know, there are two teams that are doing all the little things right tonight.
And we have a new hitter in the lineup here. Sam Libby is going to hit against Sims, who just struck out the last hitter, and that's strike one to Libby. And you saw that last strikeout pitch. He got Boydonis, and his nickname, Dave Sims, is Mean Streak. And you just saw that fierceness as he came in walking towards the plate. High pop, short center.
That's trouble.
Martin under it, makes a snow cone of a catch to end the inning. The Wildcats are one inning away from another championship. We'll be back to call this potential final inning of the National Division Series in just a moment. Thank you all for watching and listening. We appreciate every single one of you, and we will talk to you again shortly. Here we are back for inning number 9, and leading off for the Wildcats is number 9, Pete Sakalius.
Yeah, what a play by Mickey Martin in that inning. Ball got up, another one above the lights here is in this kind of first part of time where the sun has gone down. A little bit tougher to see in the outfield. Taylor never saw the ball in center field. Palms are up. Mickey stuck with it. An incredible over-the-shoulder catch, and he bobbled it and still came down with it to end an inning. That's a championship play right there.
And back-to-back curveballs for strikes from Medine Mila against Sakalius. Sakalius is not a guy that's going to chase off-speed pitches until he gets to 2 strikes and has to. And he just waved at that one, kind of like a hockey stick. And he strikes out, and here comes Darius Lugo. I don't know why every time I think it's saying Darius Lugo's name, I want to call him Duncan D, like Darius Miles back in the day. From East St. Louis. We've talked a lot of things about the league, the growth potential, the availability, as Lugo cannot check for strike 1. MSL is far and away the best league in the Midwest. It's not just Chicagoland area. The offerings we have for the money you pay as a beautiful curveball just above the zone. Championship rings. I mean, yes. Are you going to wear your championship ring out all over the place? Probably not. But you know what? I look at mine all the time from 2017, and I just want to say, how proud I am of the team and the guys that I played with and I managed out there. And then we have these trophies. You should see these championship trophies. They're second to none. A lot of leagues will have a nice old wooden trophy with a plastic top. Lugo pops one in the left center field. Kordick coming in on it. It's going to fall in between Kordick and Gutierrez as Gutierrez scoops it up and fires it to Ruiz to keep Lugo at first. And Jake Mills just mentioned, don't forget the runner-up jackets. We get nice jackets or pullover sweatshirts as a runner-up.
Jake has plenty of those.
I got a couple of those myself.
Rings don't fit on my finger anymore.
Nick Averwater going to get in at bat here. Matt Owens in the on-deck circle going to get an opportunity. But those are the things. Get those great trophies. We have MVP Award, Cy Young Award, Silver Slugger Award, and a Gold Glove Award. We have an all-star game here at Boomers Stadium where the National Division played against the Boomers for the first time in 2021. Kind of a lopsided effort, but still an amazing opportunity, and that was all for St. Jude's charity. Averwater fouls that off the screen.
It's a great league, especially as a guy who plays in. We have a lot of guys that play both in Chicago North and MSBL here. I play where I live down in a couple leagues, kind of central southern area, and here when you get to the playoffs, when you get to the championship. I think what makes the ring and the trophy so special, not just the quality, but you've really earned it to get there. Whether it's single A, double A, or triple A, you've gone through a lot of really talented teams to get there. And you feel good about it. You can look back and just remember a great season.
Yeah, it's great camaraderie on your team, and there's great camaraderie with the others. I mean, you see 4 different teams represented here, and 5 different teams working this game from a broadcast standpoint. You got the Knights, you got Team MSL, you got the Black Sox, the Devils, and the Red Devils. You got somebody for the Sidewinders. Larry's got the Ravens, Indians, and Firebirds. And those are guys just volunteering their time out here because they love the league and they love this game so much. And that's just a testament to everything that Larry's built over the years. And a lot of people thank me for all that I do. And you know what? I appreciate that more than anything. But I wouldn't be in this situation without Larry Colts. And ground ball, Mila struggles with it, but gets Averwater at first. And Matt Owens will come up to the plate as a pinch hitter now, added to the bottom of the lineup. And Isaac Martinez grabs a bat to follow as Mike Russell's trying to get everybody in. And maybe Meg Kuda trying to get everybody in as he is the co-manager. But it's a testament to everybody And we've built those relationships. I mentioned earlier that me and Richie, I knew him when he was a 20-year-old kid, you know, and we're not kids anymore.
I was a 45-year-old kid.
Yeah.
However old.
Well, I'm a 50-year-old child, but you know, Richie's in his mid-30s. Owens lines it down the line. That's a fair ball.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah.
Off the tarp. Gutierrez struggles with it. It's a double for Owens. Lugo scores 10-3. And is that the final nail in the coffin for these Elite? You got to give them super props, too, on a great season and a great couple years, as Isaac Martinez will get his first at-bat of the championship series.
And you look back at what you're saying with who does what for the league and the amount of time the managers put in, and I think that's what makes these last two games that I've seen today really special. Is Mike and Henry both do a ton of work for their teams, and we've talked about them being, you know, strictly coaches and don't play. And then you look at the AA level, and you and John Hamm do so much, not just for your teams, but for the league. It's great when you see the people that really represent the league well have these great years. You know, and it's been fun just to watch the kind of the battles of the managers as much as the game itself.
You know, and appreciate that. You know, I think so highly of John Hamm that when I was pretty much done with the 25 and over level, and I asked John Hamm to be my manager. As Martinez grounds towards short, Owens jumps over the ball, throw to first for the out, and that'll end the top of the ninth. We'll stay here for this break, since could potentially be the last opportunity to talk before the end of the day. And John Hamm, I asked him to be the manager of that team, and he's a great person, a great friend. I mean, we had a little argument today, but you know, that's part of the heat of the battle of the game. It's not a personal thing where we're upset with each other. It was all about the game itself. But you know, Tony, what you said, I'm going to say even more about the managers. The managers in this league. It's a very thankless job. It is collecting money, raising funds, recruiting players from outside the league, because if you recruit from inside the league, I will cut your legs off. It is a lot of work, and these managers work their butts off to try to put the best product on the field that they can, to earn those rings, to earn those trophies, to enjoy their weekends. You work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Most people, at least. You come home, if you have young kids, you're with the kids, and you might have a dog or a cat or whatever, you know, a goat, whatever it might be, and you got to take care of them. 9, 10 o'clock at night, you finally get to sit down and take a breath. The Midwest Suburban League plays on the weekends. You get to put that job back to where it was at. You're always thinking of your family, because you got to love your family, and you know, I love my parents dearly and all my family. But I come out there for that 3-hour game, whatever it might be, and I clear my mind. All that stuff is gone, and I get to think about baseball and my friends and the friends that I've made over the years. All these guys, it warms my heart to see it all, and it just makes me feel so good to know that these relationships have been formed, and they're not going anywhere either. You know, these are people that are going to be with me for the rest of my life, and I appreciate all of them.
Yeah, I agree. Especially you think about the last year. You know, you hate to ever bring up anything sad, but a couple really hard, tragic situations in our baseball family, and seeing the teams and the community come together for those situations was just lets you know how strong the bond is between not just your own team, but the teams you play with and the guys you see on the field now for, you know, a decade plus. You know, you really get to know these guys as people and rally around them when they need you, and you know, definitely something that, you know, is there beyond just showing up for a game.
Well, in attestation to what you're just saying, as Sims is 1-1 on Coconato, as Coconato fouls it off 1-2 now. we had some tragic events, as you mentioned. You started out with a former MSL player and a good friend of mine, Mark Horowitz, who passed away very suddenly, untimely death. I feel so bad for his wife, Michelle, and his parents and everybody else. As Coco grounds one, that's going to be a foul ball. Then you go into the season, and other little things kept happening as time went on. And we had a long discussion yesterday about the tragic passing of Ashley Sanchez, Alex Sanchez, the Punisher's manager's daughter. A teenage girl taken way too soon and just nonsensical things. And, Alex is a wonderful human being, and I've known him for 15 years at least. Heart goes out to him and his wife and their entire nuclear family. And then after that, you see the tragic news of Greg Novak Jr. passing. And there's not one person here, as Coconato walks, that I don't think anybody that I know that has ever played in the MSL could say anything bad about Greg Novak Sr. He's just a sweetheart of a man, and the gut-wrenching feeling of his son, passing at such an early age. Our condolences are out to that family, and we love Greg.
Well, and you talk about the importance of family in baseball. I can say I, playing primarily first base, have had over 100 conversations with Greg throughout the years of just about kids and my kids being younger and what it was like watching his kids grow up. And so, while I hardly knew his son when he passed, I felt like I really knew his son because of Greg, and you knew how much he cared for his kids, and it just makes it that much tougher. But then at the same time, you look and, while I'm not the biggest social media fan, to see, 500 posts from different baseball players talking to him and reaching out to him, at least he knows he's not alone going through it, and he's got his family to lean on.
Ball away. Yeah, and couldn't say enough about that. And then this past week, the tragic passing of Joe Bomer, who longtime MSL player, and his whole family part of the MSL at one point.
Yeah.
AJ was out here playing for the Rhinos today.
Yep.
And yesterday when I saw him, I'm like, listen, man, I am so sorry for your loss. It's just, guys taken at such a young age. It's sad, and guys and girls, I should say. But the love that we all share, and like Tony said, the reaching out 500 posts plus to the Novak family, it shows how much we really do care as people. We're not out here for blood. We're out here because we enjoy the game and we enjoy the people we're around.
Yeah, you got to, especially as you become kind of the older players and the old guy teams in the league, you got to love to compete to want to wake up and go to work sore the next day. So you definitely, there's been moments with some of these guys on the field where, if I could say, we really had some great battles and things maybe get a little chippy now and then 5 minutes later you put it aside and realize we're all really similar, and really is a great group of guys. And
yeah, no question about it. And I can repeat the same thing a million times. It's Richie's with us. He plays with his brother Danny and Johnny and Marino, and it keeps going on. The question of it's so cool that the whole family gets an opportunity to play together and be together. Super example is the Swingers. Bill Allen brought his Swingers back after 10 years out of the game with his brother Bob, and he brought his son Austin, and Bill and Bob's son came, and they had a game where they needed dad to play and granddad to play, and they had 5 generations of Allens, I think it was 4 or 5, on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
The one regret I have is my dad retired from playing softball and baseball at 35. I never had a chance to play with him, and I think that would have been the greatest thing in the world.
That's kind of our goal with the Knights. In a couple of years, we'll have enough with my two boys, my son's kids. We'll have enough to at least field a single A team.
And that's
family
unbelievable.
Team. Yeah.
Austin Kordick, the leadoff man up with Vic Perez on first and Coco on second.
And it had a lot of games today where we saw brothers playing together on the same team, and you got the Kordicks here, you got the Wangs on the
Rhinos.
Rhinos, yep, and
the Cobras had the Cuban brothers.
Yep.
The Twins, Fernandez brothers, and the Torres brothers, and the Macias brothers. You know, you really don't think about the fact that brothers don't get a chance to play together unless they're twins when they're growing up because they're at different age levels. So it's just another cool thing as Sims comes set and delivers the pitch. Kordick fouls it out of the stadium. That's $8 out the door. Got double-barreled action down in the Wildcat bullpen. Derek Baby Gap Taylor and Matt Owens both loosening up. You got double protection down there with the alphabet, as even with two protectors, a ball gets by. Sims getting a little wild here in the ninth. Could be some nerves racking up as he wants to be that guy that holds the ball on that last out of that championship, as he knows he's got a young son and wants to be with him as much as possible. Ooh, nice pitch, just upstairs. Just upstairs.
Seems the zone got a little tighter this inning.
Yeah.
And in all reality, this could be Dave's final game. We don't know. Line drive gets past Arnold into right field. Lundholm up with it, a good throw in. Arnold cuts it, tries to cut it at least. And the bases are loaded here with some sort of outs. 0 outs.
They came back last year, right?
They came, you know, Jake just mentioned a great comment. Last year, the Marlins destroyed the Elite in the first game of the championship, and the Elite were down in the second, and they came back and beat them up. Came back and won it, so it's never over until it's over.
Yeah, and really good base running there by Coconato at third base. Nobody out. You're down 7 here in the bottom of the 9th. Carl made an absolutely fantastic play to get that throw on the plate, and you never want to make that first out at home.
High pop fly, that's going to be an infield fly rule if it's fair. Arnold, natural outfielder, makes the catch. 1 out in the inning.
It's a big out. That is a big out.
And with Vic Perez, the third, coming up, they are 1 pitch away from raising the championship. 1 pitch away. 1 pitch
Double play,
away.
double play. Yeah.
Having some fun with Chris here. They can taste it. The Elite are not going to go down without a huge fight. Pitch low and away.
Behind the scenes, the man in the white gloves has brought the championship trophy to the door. Might be about that time.
And speaking of the white gloves, I got a chance to meet Mike Bolt. He's not the keeper of the cup, but he's the assistant keeper of the cup. A few years ago, there's a strike. Very cool to actually touch that cup, and this trophy is almost as good. All down low from Sims. Question is, how long is Russell going to stick with Dave? I mean, I got to tell you, I would stick with Dave until the tying run was on base.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
He deserves that. Liner to center. Caught. 2 away. The runners do not advance. 1 out away from hoisting the trophy. Eric Ruiz is going to come up and be that last chance.
Surprised to see the runner not go home there. I know you don't want to make the last out at home plate, but they're pretty safe. Would have been a pretty safe sacrifice fly. You wouldn't have seen a throw home because you don't want to let the other runners move up, but you are keeping that additional force out in by staying at third. So, I like the conservative play, but maybe a little too conservative there for me.
I will say, if the Wildcats do get this final out and earn that championship trophy, stick with us as we will conduct some on-field interviews with the champions and potentially with the finalist management to get a final word. Sims' first pitch, down low and away for ball one. Two of our best umpires out there in Carl Lucas and Wayne Williams. Hard grounder, foul.
You can see that that amped up energy right now in the Wildcats, knowing they're just one out away. Sims getting that ball, chucking it like he's just coming into the game. You can see the infielders getting set and moving. Everybody on that field wants to make that last out right now.
If you take a quick glance down to the Wildcats dugout, everybody's on their toes. They're ready to rock and roll. The pitch by Sims, ground ball foul again. Henry Perez shows his dancing moves. He might be on Dancing with the Stars next season, considering the quality of stars they have now. He might be the top star on the show.
Long weekend, we ran out of jokes.
That was his best two-step right there.
Sims looking in. They are one strike away from a championship here.
Sims is set. He takes the sign from Erickson. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-2 count. 2 away. Bases loaded. 7-run deficit for the Elite. And regardless of what happens, we will give kudos to the Elite for a fantastic season, as well as all the playoff teams and all the teams that participate as Sims delivers. Low and in, full count. This is where it all sits. The runners will be in motion. The play is at first base. Sims focuses, gets the ball in his glove, finds his grip. Here it comes. High and away.
Ooh.
Ball 4.
Ooh, that's
10-4 the score now. As
tough one to lay off of there.
Julian Gutierrez will come up. The tying run is in the hole, so we're not quite there yet. And wait a minute. Oh, I saw Julio Medina walking out there for a second. Russell already took a trip, I believe. So if Medina had gone out, that would have been the end of Sims. So I was a little like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And Gutierrez just missed a couple balls this game.
That's a strike on the outside corner. Gutierrez didn't like it, thought it was away. Gutierrez settles in. Sims takes the sign, the wind, the pitch. That's down 1-1. Adrenaline pumping through the veins of each of those Wildcat players and each of those Elite players as well. They're never going to give up. They're fighters. The pitch. High outside corner. Strike 2. A tough pitch.
Great pitch.
1 pitch away from a championship. Tino Torres waiting on deck. He wants a chance. He's begging for that opportunity. The pitch. Hard grounder to Arnold. Arnold up with it. He touches the base. The Wildcats are the champions of the MSL National Division. They win it again. The Wildcats are the champs. Oh, my Lord. They rushed the field. They're all out there. Hats flying, gloves flying. Everybody excited and hugging it out. The Wildcats do it again. Congratulations again to the Elite on a great season. But the Wildcats come on top as the cream of the crop in the National Division. Tony will take you out here as I take to the field to go talk to some players. Thank you all for watching. Stick with us for some interviews. Great day here in Schaumburg.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about a lot of great young players today, but let's put a lot of credit on some of the veterans that carried the Wildcats here. Carl Lundholm, longtime member of the league, came out, really set the tone on the mound. Then you had Dave Sims come in and nail it down great out of the bullpen. Mike Kuda started the game with that bomb. It was a force in the infield or in the outfield, and then hitting the ball. Definite team effort here. You had Mickey Martin with a great over-the-shoulder catch. Some great catches at third base. One diving into the stands. Circa 2005 Juan Uribe by Benji Rodriguez here. Just a tremendous game. And the Wildcats just kept chipping away. That's a team that when they get up, they are so hard to come back on. The Elite gave themselves a chance. A lot of respect between the teams here. And these are just two absolutely awesome teams. You can hear both sets of fans celebrating their teams here, and really those are probably their families and their friends that they're cheering on. But this day belongs to the Elite, and they are lining up now on the field for the photo with the championship. Eric Page is heading out, and he will start grabbing some interviews, but no better feeling you can have as an MSL player than what's going on right now, where you're trying to get in order and hold that trophy up, and they get Larry out of the way, lining everybody up. Mike Russell's getting in the middle here. You got the families and the kids coming to take their own pictures and celebrate with them, and on what's turned into just an absolutely beautiful Sunday night. The Wildcats reclaim their title as champions of AAA after the Elite would not give it away without a fight. In a great season, and both teams will be back fighting for it again next year. Yeah, getting their pictures in now. They're holding that trophy up. That'll be on the MSL website here soon. And if you're still listening out there, I don't know who is, but off season starts tomorrow for everybody. I know we've got a lot of teams going down to Arizona, and a lot of these guys that played against each other will play together for single A and double A. We'll have the schedules for the games out for next weekend pretty soon here. As they work with the Boomers to set those games up. And really looking forward to what should be a great Game 3 in the Single A and Double A series. But we have one champion crowned tonight, and that is the Wildcats. Eric Page has Henry from the Elite, and he's going to take us home with some interviews.
All right, Eric Page here with Henry Perez, the manager of the Elite. Coming off the 2020 championship, fighting your tails off all year, coming back to the ship. I know it's rough going down, but you guys fought your tails off. How you doing right now? What do you got to say?
I'm fine. The Cats are a great team. Can't hold our heads down. You hit the shit out of the ball. You just caught it. Good team, and it's a rivalry, and they were a better team than us.
Yeah, I got utmost props for you guys. You guys come out here and bust your butts, and got a little heated yesterday, but everybody settled in today, and it was just good, hard baseball. You had Angel Sanchez out there, pitched really well. What are you going to say about your pitching today?
Our pitching staff's been on point all year. All year I know I could count on Angel and Trevor for a victory. But today the ball didn't bounce our way, that's all. So, even then, I still think they're 1-2 best pitchers in the league.
Well, I appreciate it, Henry. Great season. I look forward to seeing you next season, and
we'll be back again.
Look forward to you being back again. All right. And look who we're with. We're with Michael Russell, manager of the Wildcats. How many is this? 6? Did I just hear? 6 championships for Mike Russell. What's going through your mind right now, Mike?
Just happy, man. I'm happy for all the guys who have been around for a long time to be able to, after we went out last year, be able to come back and get back on top again. It's just awesome. Guys like Dave Sims, Pete Sakalius, Drew Vondren, who was in the stands with his kid, Carl, all the guys who've been around for a long time, and all the new guys who are winning their first championship. It's awesome for everyone.
It's amazing to watch how you guys never slow down for a second. Everybody hustles their butts off. Everybody is moving, and the baseball knowledge, and you work together with it so well. What is the key part of that? What's the ingredient that gets you guys so intertwined in each other?
You know, we just got a lot of guys who've been playing baseball for a long time and play a lot of baseball, and they just have it in them, the baseball instinct. I mean, we decided before the playoffs this year I wasn't even going to give any signs because these guys know what they're doing out there. And we got a team of guys who just know what they're doing out there. It's great. It makes my job easy.
And you know, having Dave Sims is possibly a line. He's coming close. We know he's talked about retirement the last few years. It got that last inning. What are your feelings? I see a tear in your eye, tears in your eyes right now about it. You absolutely had to make a decision.
Dave's probably my favorite Wildcat of all time. He's a great teammate, shows up every weekend, lugs the equipment back and forth when I can't be there, and he's been around for so long. Last year he had knee surgery and he came back and he wasn't himself, but he came back again for another year to try to win one more, and you're right. I wanted him to finish it out there, and it did get a little hairy, and as you probably saw, I had two guys warming up, but I was happy that he could close it out, and I know he's happy about it, and his dad was here, and so that was just outstanding. He deserves it all.
Yeah, it was great to see his family today that I met and yesterday. You were talking about new players. You had guys coming in, and you're talking guys with veteran experience.
Yeah.
Guys like Dave Arnold, guys like Mike joined the team in the last couple of years. Jason Rivero came over. What did they do to help increase the production on a team that was already so productive?
Single out, easy out in the lineup, and those guys brought, like you said, veteran leadership. These guys know how to play baseball, and the thing that was the most important is they fit right in with our entire team, and this team clicked from the very beginning, and we rode it all the way here.
And I said it on the broadcast, and when you watch back, you'll see it. We all started out together down in Central Division and built our teams up and moved 6 championships in AAA. How do you feel? I mean, what does it feel like? I mean, I've got my one. This is full.
Entered the league in 2005, and
Get him back.
My friend going to Disneyland.
Hey, Mick, get Sims back here.
My partner Dan Hustline said to me that first year, my goal is to win a AAA championship, and I said, you're crazy. And now we've won 5 and 1 in AA, so it's crazy. And kudos to the core guys who've been around for 10 years because they bring it every single weekend, and they wanted this one just as much as the one 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So it's kudos to them.
Awesome, Mike. You're a good friend, and I love you, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good luck to you next weekend, and thanks to everyone who's been out here working to make this a great event. And every year it gets better. Every year it gets better, and can't wait to go home, watch the live video, listen to you talk a little bit. But yeah, thanks for everything.
All right, thank you. Let's get some other guys, some of the players over down here. We're going to get Benji Rodriguez next. Benji, what up, buddy?
Benji!
I'll stop. Here with Benji Rodriguez, played third base today. Benji, you made 2 spectacular plays in foul territory. You're watch your approach, and great to watch teammates, brothers.
It feels great. You know, we come out every day. We work hard. We stick together. You know, even off the field. You know, we come together as a team. We come together as brothers, and we just enjoy the game of baseball. We're very passionate about what we do, and we come out here and we work hard and we play hard.
You know, that's awesome. You know, I've known you for a long time as well. You're for a short period, and I have the utmost. I want to give you a congratulations. Thank you for coming over.
Thank you very much.
And great job. Yeah. And I was just given news from Larry Coates. Schaumburg Boomers are the Frontier League champions. They won tonight, and they've got the crown again. I believe this is their third in the last 5 years. Fantastic for them. We'll be back in a second with some more guys. Let me go get them. I'll be with you in a second. Now I'm here with Dave Sims. Dave Sims, who closed out Game 2 of the championship series. This is number 6 for Dave, along with the others. Number 5, because he came in a little later. My bad. Dave, tell me the adrenaline rush as it was coming down. You had a little rough patch in that last inning, but you weren't going anywhere.
No, I wasn't going anywhere. As you know, I've been in this league 11 and a half years, and, just keep pounding. Eventually you'll throw a strike, and then, just get through, a rough inning, and then get the 3 outs that you're supposed to as a pitcher.
The speculation has been over the last couple of years that the end of your career was coming soon. I hope that wasn't the last time you were out there, because you're a special part of this league, and you've been such a great pitcher and a great person here for so long. Another
of mine, I guess, to everybody in this league, Larry, you guys, people on the other team, you guys are all friends of me, always. It's all about just coming out here, having fun with your friends, and then, being with your family to come see you play. Like my dad, who's very, very sick with Parkinson's disease, I haven't seen him play ball in the year. And he finally came out today to watch me play, and it means a lot.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting your mom and your parents and your son, and it is really a family affair. We got Blake right over here. Come on over, Blake. These guys, and this is what it's all about, and we love it. Your dad winning.
I feel like I wish he lost because we came here a few weeks.
Oh, you wanted to again? You wanted baseball? Okay, I get that. Dave, and I hope to see you back next year.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
We'll do like 2 more. Baby gap.
Baby gap.
Hey, baby.
MVD.
What about him?
That's right. Not like the first time you've had your. Here with Taylor, center fielder, hit 2 monstrous bombs in this series. I hear everybody yelling MVP when I called him over today. He's got a new. All of a sudden, baby gap. It's like a size small for a child. How you feeling right now?
Feels good. Feels surreal right now.
What was going on? You're warming up in the bull, and you're just like, I know in your mind, you're like, I know Dave's got this, but what was
6, nothing to it. First 2 got on. I'm thinking, all right, let's get hot a little bit. Bases loaded. One guy smokes one. Now I'm thinking, all right, let's get hot. Let's just get this last out because I don't want to cave to have a 2-out rally, something like that. So, yeah. Energy went from being chill to let's get it going here. But I'm glad that Dave finished it off. He deserved to be able to finish that off, especially coming in 4 strong innings. He needed that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I would ask you more questions, but knowing the past, I have to let Derek go because he needs to get his stuff together. He might get stuck caught in the stadium. All right, man.
My best.
Good job, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Mike, we've known each other for at least 10 years. Haven't always been on the best side of things. I've seen you grow as a person, Never was a question about your talent on the field. Knowing that Russell was out most of the year, you ran this team for the most part.
Yep.
How does it feel not only to be such an integral part on the field, but also running the ship?
Oh, it feels great. Let me tell you, it's exhausting this year. Doing both, trying to focus on both, it was not easy. The games that Russell did come to, let me tell you right now, it was a huge break for me too. But I'm just happy we got this win right now and just add this championship in the last 7-8 years. Feels great.
It's amazing. You guys are about as close to you can call a dynasty in the MSL's history. And you come out there, each to more veteran leaders, to your pitching staff, to your offensive attack. I mean, Pete hitting 8-9. It used to be you 3, him 4. What more can you say?
You know, that's what we look for. You know, everybody we bring on this team, I was telling them earlier, is they're vetted. Not only by me, but by Russell and by other players on this team that are veterans. We want to make sure that they're dedicated, they're going to be here, and they care. And not to mention, good ball player, right? I mean, you can have a good ball player, but if you don't show up when we need him, he's worthless to us.
No, I agree with that. As a manager, I understand that feeling. It's been a big year all around. I mean, we played that Boomer charity game. You come up big all day long. What do you have to say to your teammates? This will be our last question.
Every one of them.
Well, congratulations to you, Mike, and great season. We look forward to facing you next year, and go easy on us, all right, bud?
Do our best. Thanks, guys.
All right, we want to thank everybody for watching tonight, for listening. Schaumburg Boomer Stadium, our first champion of 2021 has been crowned. It is the Wildcats. Their 6th championship in their history. Their 5th in AAA. I want to thank everybody again. I want to thank ReelTime Media Productions, the Boomers organization, and all the teams and players involved in this wonderful organization. Signing off from Schaumburg Wintrust Field, Eric Page for the Midwest Suburban League.